Good morning to our dignitaries, our esteemed faculty members, and most importantly, the bright and the eager faces of our new students. A warm welcome to all of you for our college induction program, Parichay 2023. At the outset of our program, I welcome our Vice Chancellor, Professor V. N. Radhashekharan Pillai sir, our chief guest for today, Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai sir, and our Director, C.A. Monica Loda. As we gathered here today, we embark on a journey that is not only filled with knowledge and academic pursuit, but also personal growth, lifelong friendship, and unforgettable experiences. We are honored to be your teachers and mentors on this exciting adventure, and we look forward to making your time at this institute a memorable one. Uh, Let us start with the parichay of your host today, myself, Richa Chaudhary, and she is Dr. Shruti Kakotkar with me. We begin today's program with Ganesh Vandana, performed by our Cultural Forum students.
वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सर्वांगी सुंदर उदिशेंदुराची कंठी झळके माळ मुक्ता फळाची जय देव जय देव जय देव जय देव जय मंगल मूर्ती हो श्री मंगल मूर्ती दर्शन मात्रे मन कामना पूर्ती जय देव जय देव लंबोदर तू विनायका तू वल्लोळेश्वर मोरया विघ्नेश्वर तू एकदंत तू मयुरेश्वरा मोरया लंबोदर तू विनायका तू वल्लोळेश्वर मोरया विघ्नेश्वर तू एकदंत तू मयुरेश्वरा मोरया वक्रतुंड तू गजमुखा तू सिद्धी विनायका मोरया 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 गणपती बाप्पा मोरया 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 मंगळमूर्ती मोरया 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 वर्गविनायक मोरया 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 बाप्पा बाप्पा 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 मोरया.
Thank you, Rushikesh and Vaishnavi, for such wonderful and energetic performance. Now I request Ms. Neha Kanetkar, our student, to recite our campus prayer. Okay, before we start today's program, we invoke the blessings of the Almighty by lighting the lamp. Before that, it is my honor to invite our Vice Chancellor, Professor V.N. Rajshekharan Pillai sir, our Chief Guest, Radhakrishnan Pillai sir, and CA Monica Loda, and Assistant Director, Seema Samrani and Aparna Jain. Please join us after this for the lighting of the lamp, ma'am.
पोडियमच्या मागे ना झाकून बसेल तिकडे बाहेर. हा. ठीक आहे ठीक आहे म्हणजे दिसतील नाही तर नाही हे तुला जाऊ ना आधी नाही की मग तुझा हॅलो.
Yeah, before we start our campus prayer, I request our dignitaries, our Assistant Director, Dr. Seema Samrani and Dr. Aparna Jain, to please join us on the dais for lighting of the lamp. Yeah. Yeah, I'll request everybody to please rise for campus prayer.
ॐ पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्छते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ ईशावास्यमिदं सर्वं यत्किञ्च जगत्यां जगत् तेन त्यक्तेन भुञ्जीथा मा गृधः कस्य स्विद्धनम् मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् ॐ प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्रवतु ॐ चोदयित्री सूनृतानां चेतन्ती सुमतीनां यज्ञं दधे सरस्वती ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै सर्वेत्र सुखिनः सन्तु सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखमाप्नुयात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
Thank you so much, Neha. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce Professor V.N. Rajashekharan Pillai. Sir is the Vice Chancellor of Somaya Vidyavihar University. He has been at the helm of affairs of many higher educational and scientific research establishments. Over to you, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Dear students, welcome to the university. My name is Rajashekharan Pillai, a teacher in the university and also head of the university. Head of a university is called Vice Chancellor. That is what she introduced to me. I am the Vice Chancellor of the university and a teacher of the university. The head teacher, you might have head of headmaster and all that. Head teacher of a university is the Vice Chancellor. Welcome to the university. You are coming from the school education after passing +2, most of them. Some PG students are there? No. After passing +2, from the school atmosphere, you are coming to a university atmosphere. It is definitely a very rapid change for you. In the school system, you are more protected. You are constantly, almost every day, supervised by your teacher, your parents, everything. The four walls of the schools, everything you are protected. Now you are coming to a much more open atmosphere. Open in the sense that you are going to learn many things more. You are probably, you will not be just bound, just like in the classroom in the school. You have freedom to find out what is happening in the campus. There are sports facilities, there are cultural facilities. You can also go to some industry lab where some industrial applications of your learning things are happening. And you are also in one of the the only private university in the city of Mumbai. We are the only private university in the city of Mumbai. All these things you will learn later. But we are saying that this is the only private university. But we became a university 4 years ago. You are the third batch of the university. But even before that, even before this university was formed, we were existing. And for the last 80 years, 8 decades, this Somaiya Vidya Vihar has been functioning as education institutions, colleges. And this is one of the Sksc Somaiya College is one of the, not one of the, probably the only college which started as new college in the university. It's a premier institution. It's a premier institution. You can be proud of the fact that you got admission into this great institution. And you will realize that the teachers, the facilities in this college, all these things will be making you feel at home. At the same time, you have all opportunities to learn and become maybe much more learned persons, maybe teachers, maybe researchers, maybe financial persons, maybe industrialists. All possibilities are there. This university has also, you heard about the university or this Prarthana, all these things are very characteristic of this university. Without that, we do not do anything. That is the type of culture and which we follow. Today is your opening day, and you are privileged to have one of the very distinguished teachers, Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai. Very distinguished teachers, a practical philosopher. If you go to some of the bookstores, you will find his name. A large number of books he has written about Chanakya. No, Chanakya. That is the most. It is the most, probably the most. And in airports and all that, you will see in the airport bookstores, you will Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai's book. He's a teacher he's a professor in Mumbai University. He will be introduced properly because I am part of you. That's why I didn't want any further introduction to you, but he will be properly introduced. You are privileged to have a distinguished guest like Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai taking you the first class in the university. In the first class. That is how in all universities, if you just trace Dr. Radhakrishnan may be knowing more about it. If you trace the histories of universities, you will see all universities start with a very eminent lecturer. I have been in foreign universities also. I have seen Nobel laureates and all that coming for the first lecture in a college or a university. That is the importance of the first day in a university. You are really privileged to have him with us. Let me also welcome him on behalf of Mr. Samir Somaiya. When Mr. Samir Somaiya knew that he is coming here today, he was very happy. They are very close friends. Mr. Samir Somaiya also has read many of your books, I presume. We thank you very much, Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai, for accepting our invitation and to be with us. This university's motto is freedom of possibilities. You know what is meant by freedom of possibilities. You have all possibilities, no? In learning, in studying different subjects, learning music, learning yoga, learning. Somebody was teaching Kalaripayat also. Kalaripayat is a traditional martial art in Kerala. There is a Kalaripayat, and we have a beautiful sports complex. And then our university is making all of you to compulsory learn swimming. Without swimming, you will not get, without getting a practice in swimming, probably after 4 years, you may not get. I'm not frightening you, but there is a possibility of learning swimming. We are going to teach you learning, teach you swimming, the sports, all cricket, football, all facilities are there. Good sport field, good number of cultural activities, then competitions. Then lectures by not only by your teachers. Of course, now I don't see much of teachers here, probably because of the rain. Many of them have not. Okay, I think they should also be here in the opening day. They should also be here. Okay, Of course, there will be a number of other teachers also, but teachers from other universities, scientific establishments, practicing chartered accountants, financial persons, very distinguished people from philosophy, art, culture. They will be coming and giving lectures. You will see almost every day this hall, there will be some activity. Definitely, you are bound with classrooms and all that, but occasionally you should come into this hall also and then attend when you and if there's this is the benefit of a university. So far, school so much tight syllabus and all that. When I say that syllabus, classrooms, all these things are very important. Don't skip any class. That's very important. But at the same time, along with your classes, you should also understand what experiential learning we call it. You should understand what are the other things happening in the society, in Mumbai, in the world. What are the things happening? For that, you will get opportunities to interact with many people. Day before yesterday, one of the other engineering college started the first lecture by the AICT chairman, Dr. S.S. Manda. He gave the first lecture for the engineering college. Their induction is going on. We also wanted to start on that day, but of course, you know that you're a big college now, very big college. Probably it is going to be the biggest college in the university in 1 year or definitely in 1 year. So there is not much of a space. That's why we selected this particular date. I'm glad that you are all here. I don't know if some of your parents are here. Parents, I think I congratulate you for getting admission into the college. I am sure that you will learn the texts, and along with you will also learn the context, because that is more important. The text is our learning and skills and knowledge, but the context of the society is more important. Or without understanding the context, you will not be able to apply the text in the proper way. When I say context, you try to understand the culture of the land, the tradition of the land, sociological underpinnings, different diverse type of lifestyles. Probably you will be doing through NSS activities or some of the things, because now nobody has any time. You have to just take a train and then come here in time and then get to the class and finish the classes and then immediately go back to home. That's a type of hectic life as of now. But at the same time, you should have some time to understand the context of whatever you are learning. For everything which you learn, there is a context. And without understanding that context, probably you will see for what purpose I am learning. Only when you know the context, you will be able to apply that context. And this text-context correlation, probably Radhakrishnan can tell more about it, is nothing but the social relevance of education. And you have to, in a college, you get the opportunity to that. You will be studying commerce, you will be studying IT, you will be studying media, all these things. But probably you will end up maybe as a philosopher like him. You will end up as a great teacher, somebody. You will be a great entrepreneur, several things. But these are the foundations of learning. You are getting the foundations of learning through these 4 years. And of course, you should also tell your parents that this is a college which has implemented the national education policy. You know that earlier our degrees were 3 years. Are you aware that you are going to undergo the 4-year degree program now? Everybody is aware of it, no? And all over the world, a degree program is 4 years. All over the world. Otherwise, if you get a degree from India and go outside of India, they will say they will not admit you directly to any program. You have to study 1 more year and then only you will get in any university or any admission outside India. So India has also come with the 4-year degree program. Engineering was 4 years. Other professional courses were 4 years, 4 to 5 years. Now degree courses in our country was 3 years, and our college was the first of its kind in the state to introduce this national education policy and the 4-year degree program. And you have also option that if you want to stop at that you can get a 3-year degree, and then you can it is an honors degree. Regular degree at the 3 years, and then go for some work, and you can come back after doing some work to the college and learn one more year and get the degree. And then if you if you study 4 years directly, and then your MSc is only 1 year, your master's is only 1 year. So 3+2, instead of 3+2, now it is 4+1. There's no difference. And not only that, after 4 years, if some of you are really interested, during the 4th year, if you are really interested to do research, some research, you can do research. And if you are taking a research degree along with research, you can directly register for PhD without going for MSc, without going for MA, without going for MCom. You can directly register for PhD. These are all the advantages of this college. And this is a new system the country has adopted. The Maharashtra state has accepted it. And we are celebrating the 3 years of national education policy. We are going to have the NEP week in this state of Maharashtra. So that means all these things are for you, for the students. And let me congratulate you and wish you the very best. You enjoy the campus. You enjoy the beauty of the campus, the possibilities you can go around, and then you concentrate on your studies also. And you are a privileged in a sense. You are getting admission into a premier university, a premier college. And then if you just look at your own brothers and sisters in the whole community, you will see that large number of your age group do not get an opportunity to come into a college at all. And therefore, you are a privileged few. Congratulations to each and every one of you. All the best, and special appreciation to the parents who have selected, who have thought about this university and this college for sending their boys and girls into this institution. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your words of wisdom. It is an honor to introduce our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai, a renowned author, management thinker, and corporate trainer based in India. He is best known for his expertise in the field of Chanakya's teachings and their application in modern-day management and leadership. Dr. Pillai holds a PhD in ancient Indian wisdom from the University of Mumbai, where he specialized in the teachings of Chanakya, an ancient Indian economist, philosopher, and strategist. He has extensively researched and studied the works of Chanakya, particularly his famous treatise called the Arthashastra, which offers insights into governance, economics, and statecraft. As an author, Dr. Pillai has written several books on Chanakya's principles and their relevance in the contemporary business world. His most notable work is Corporate Chanakya, which has gained widespread acclaim for its practical wisdom and strategic guidance for individuals and organizations. He is a sought-after speaker and conducts training programs and workshops on topics such as leadership, strategy, and decision-making. He has delivered lectures at prestigious institutions and corporate events globally, sharing his knowledge and insights on applying ancient wisdom to modern language and challenges. I now would like to invite our Vice Chancellor to felicitate our chief guest with a memento as a token of our appreciation and gratitude. Thank you, sir. I now request our chief guest, Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai, to address the gathering. Over to you, sir.
Respected Pillai sir, Lodha ma'am, my dear teachers, students, and of course, friends. When I say friends, I mean parents. because I'm also a parent. I understand all the roles. I want to start with a small story about Pillai sir. The day he joined, I got a call from a friend of mine at Mumbai University. And I'll use Hindi over here. तुमने बताया नहीं तुम सोम्या ज्वाइन किया? मतलब मैं तो सोम्या के साथ ही हूँ. ज्वाइन करने की क्या बात है? So no, I heard that you're joined. No, that's not Radhakrishnan Pillai. That is Rajashekaran Pillai. So we have two common things, Pillai and we are teachers. He's been a vice chancellor for other universities also, I'm aware of that. And here, the whole process of shaping up into a private university. It's an honor to have you here, sir. Ma'am, of course, has been like a great friend, I would say. She's taking care of so many things. I don't want to start with a lecture, but I would like to say, what the social media world it is called, call to action. Karna kya hai yaar? So let me ask you a question. How many of you are how many of you are not wearing a uniform first time when you're coming to an education institution? 11, 12 tak dekho. Just look around. It's a great feeling, right? अभी कॉलेज में जाना है, यूनिवर्सिटी में जाना है और यूनिफॉर्म नहीं पहनना है. ऑफ कोर्स कपड़ा पहनना है, अच्छा कपड़ा. So you see the sense of difference? It is said in our Sanskrit literature, the first impression that you have on a person is your vastra. Then comes your shastra and then finally your shastra. Okay, so from now onwards, you will have the choice of wearing different dresses, right? And I can see that teacher has been dressed so nicely for the event. But let me tell you, that's only the vastra part of it. Let me tell you, after your education is over from the university, you will be equipped with Shastra and Shastra. What is the meaning of Shastra? The knowledge. And Shastra, you require a weapon to fight the world, right? So you require something like a degree or a diploma or whatever you do. If you want to also do a PhD here, you will be equipped for the world. But remember one thing, the next 3-4 years that you're going to spend, whichever course you are going to do, is going to be very, very important for you. Let me start by telling, I've been a student of Somya myself. I used to come to this campus. I did my MA in Sanskrit here. I still teach at the Management Institute over here. And I can tell you, this particular campus has not changed over the years. It has transformed over the years. Change और transformation में बहुत फर्क है. कपड़ा change करते हो ना? Transformation is when the rat becomes a cat. So you're not the same person. So what will come out after 3-4 years is going to be completely different than what you saw. Otherwise, the world is full of rat race. And there's a saying, in the rat race, even if you win, you're still a rat, afraid of the cat, hiding under a mat. So in this next few years, it's an induction program. I would say that what should you do? And I will say, I will give you 3 pointers, call of action, right? The first one is about teachers. How do you learn from teachers? Second, fellow students. And the third, we always forget when we leave home, our own parents. Okay, so these 3 have to be an integral part forever, even after you pass out. So first, let me start with teachers. In schools, which is natural, and to some extent, when you go to 11th and 12th also, there is something called as comparing the teachers. What is the meaning of comparing of teachers? हाँ, ये टीचर अच्छी है, ये अच्छा है, इसके क्लास में बैठो नहीं बैठो. Remember one thing, you will be at a loss. Some teacher may have good communication skills, may be very impressive, etc. But others may not have that. But remember one thing, it doesn't matter. Every teacher that is going to teach you, he or she, has gone through a process of selection. ऐसे नहीं teacher बन गए. They are subject matter expert, they have experience, they have knowledge, and remember they are better than you. That's why they are a teacher. So when you enter a class, don't start looking at, अच्छा ये क्या सिखाने वाली है. You are at loss. If you want to have that 75% attendance, that's just a formality. I can tell you in my own life, I've seen this, there are classes where no students used to come, but I'll be there. Not because the teacher is good or bad, but the teacher, he or she is a subject matter expert. Have that attitude. So missing a class is your misfortune, not theirs. First things first. Secondly, remember one thing, teachers today with the NEP coming in, with the new education policy, and now as a university, teachers are also researchers. Remember this. Teacher matlab till now in schools and colleges, the impression is that he will teach a textbook, isn't it? And unfortunately, the perception is our education system has actually become an examination system, right? But remember one thing, whatever you are learning from the teachers, they're doing enough research and coming to the class. So if you think Google search is research, it is not. It may be a starting point of gathering information. It will be a starting point of gathering information, but knowledge happens only when you have samvad, discussion. So what you learn from teachers in the class, make sure you learn from teachers outside the class also. School mein, you remember, some of you must have done it. You carried the books and the files for the teacher till the staff room. I'm not talking about that. Of course, you have to help teacher and wherever possible in physical activities organizing. But let me tell you, teachers can teach you beyond classroom. But the question is, are you ready to learn beyond classrooms? Warna bell baj gaya, chalo bhago. No. Let me tell you, knowledge gets transmitted in classroom through the teacher and after classroom from your interaction. And remember this, you should have the seva bhav. और टीचर ने बोला है तो करना पड़ता है. अरे, I've been called into a committee. And I know some students, they don't want to be monitors. In schools, I've seen why. They say, you know what, all my friends are going home and the teacher has called me for a meeting. Let me tell you, it's a privilege. If you get a chance to do extracurricular activities beyond the classrooms, opt for it. For example, sir told right from sports, swimming, and let me tell you, in the campus, you have so many opportunities. There'll be so many clubs, there'll be so many interactions. And with the private university, you got so much freedom coming in. So if you're only learning in the class, again, you're misfortune. So teachers can guide you beyond just the classrooms. And today, I would say teachers are also life coaches. So they can sit with you. Of course, you have to manage your time and their time. But remember one thing, the first takeaway is that teachers should not be only considered teachers in the class. They're subject matter experts and they can give you personal tips. I can tell you about a story of a similar teacher. I would suggest all of you watch movies. Movies dekhte ho kya? If you are not, then what are you doing? Yeah, but Netflix mein ek movie hai. I would suggest, all social media to electronic gadgets and options in your generation are a blessing if you choose which one to watch. So it's a movie I would suggest all of you to watch. It is in a university setup. It's called A Beautiful Mind. How many of us seen the movie? Very few. Good. It's about a mathematician, a real mathematician who was also a Nobel laureate. His name was John Nash. He was in Princeton University in USA. The story I will not tell, but it's a real story about him, that when he started as a young mathematician teacher, the students did not like him. Did not like him. Why? Because the communication wasn't great. But he was a researcher. He actually brought out what is called a game theory. Very, very interesting person. But, the students used to say, iski class mein kyun baithna hai? But he was a researcher scholar. And it so happened that, there's a problem that nobody wanted to attend his class. But the vice chancellor, what we call in US as the president of the university. And let me tell you, Princeton University is among the Ivy League universities. So like we have vice chancellors over there was a president then, and his wife went and told, he's feeling a lot of insecurity now. Koi baithta nahi hai class mein. The vice chancellor knew his talent. He called and said, don't worry. From now onwards, don't worry about how many students come to your class. You focus on research. So he used to come to college, the University of Princeton, but used to not take a class, but actually go to the library and do his research on theorems. Now, what happens is very important. After 25 years, he's very old now, almost close to retirement. He's sitting in the library, he comes. Attendance teacher ka bhi hota hai, by the way. Attendance rehta hai aur class nahi leta. Because everybody is saying, what a teacher, not a good teacher. So he's got used to it. But the president was good of the university. He said, no problem, you continue your research. What he used to do? Write research papers and books. And the books became world famous. What happens in a university is amazing. The impact of research in a university is beyond the university. And I can tell you as an author myself. Of course, I'm a popular author. Some of my research articles are very popular. So what happened after 25 years? He's sitting in this library. Imagine a whole generation has passed out. वो जो बच्चे लोग थे ना सब निकल गए, ये नया बैच है. And he's sitting and there's a student in that library. Remember, library is very important. Please use it. They're sitting in the library and one mathematics student is struggling with a problem, some equation or theorem. John Nash looks at it and saying, I can help you. I said, okay. And he just solves that problem. And they said, wow. And then he looks at him, are you John Nash? But the, yes, I am. How do you know it? I was like, sir, I read all your books. And the first time he got frightened. Student, remember the student had told him not to take a lecture. And here is one student who says, I read your books. And he gets very frightened. And he says, sir, don't get frightened. You will be surprised. There are so many students in my class who actually want guidance from people like you. Because the teacher who teaches us is actually using your textbook. I said, okay, call all the students tomorrow. I come to the library at 9 o'clock. And the library became a class. And he actually starts teaching on the library board. And finally, the president again calls him after 25 years and saying that the tide has changed. Now, please go back to the class. So just because he's not a great communicator doesn't mean he's a bad teacher. So, अरे पता नहीं चलता, अरे पता नहीं चलता कि तुमने क्या किया है. So many teachers over here have also written books. I hope you'll read the books even before they recommend. In fact, one of the policies of NEP that I've been in fact discussing with the Prime Minister also was we should inculcate the habit in India of to read books beyond the textbooks. I'll repeat the word, books beyond textbooks. So I would suggest that, please get interested in academics. That's your basic minimum. That's what you come here for. But get interested in reading, not only from your subject, but different subjects. Make sure that you actually develop a full personality. So that's where teachers. Now coming to students, unfortunately, we have been living in a competitive environment, isn't it? Examination system ho gaya, pura education system. Nahi, we have to together change it. That we actually move from competition to collaboration. There's a joke about a 10th standard boy and a girl from the same class. The results were announced. The girl was crying and the boy was dancing. So I asked the girl, why, what happened? I only got 98%. The other girl got 99. And the boy was dancing. What happened? Pass ho gaya. So remember one thing, happiness is a state of mind. What now the results is. So you'll be surprised. Sometimes it may happen that you may put the best effort, right? But you may not get the expected marks or results. And please don't blame the supervisors or teachers. I used to do that, by the way. Itna mehnat kiya. And that's why you have to understand the spiritual basis of this country, which is Karma Yoga. And you have a spiritual atmosphere in this particular campus. So, you may do your best. You may not get that immediate result that you want. But remember one thing, there is one person called as Chitragupta. He is supposed to be the accountant of gods. तुम्हारा हिसाब किताब रखता है. It's like a hidden camera. नाम भी ऐसा ही है. गुप्त और चित्र निकालता है. So if you are sincerely studying, nobody may know it, but you should know it. So sincerity is more important in studies than seriousness in studies. So be sincere, not serious about your studies. And sincerity can be anywhere. Today you can learn in your mobile also, right? While traveling also. So the first thing among students, please spend time in the classroom together, outside the classroom, canteen, maybe in your sports places, extracurricular activities. But please develop one attitude which will help you throughout your life. It is called mutual respect. People come from different backgrounds, different economic backgrounds, different genders, different cultural habits. But if you come and say, nahi, otherwise what will happen? Groupism. Mera versus tera. This is one place where you make friends for life. So learn from students. And I have a small request for the good academic students. Please share your knowledge and wisdom with others. As teachers, we put students in 3 categories. The one who need not be taught, they'll anyway learn. They're the good students, right? Second is, kuch bhi karo, seekhenge nahi. And we teachers what say, pass kar do yaar. 3 baar fail ho chuke hai. So whatever you do, they will not learn. We actually like to work on the immediate category, which is trainable. They're not excellent, they're not worse. But I have a request to the, especially the students who are very good, please look at the third category who have struggled in their lives, who are not good students. So when you, in the next maybe a few months, you start realizing in your own classrooms, some of them are very good, some of them are average, some of them are struggling, right? So it's a responsibility of the good students to spend time and help and motivate the not so good students. Otherwise, the joke happens, agar if I gave all my notes, what about me? Never become selfish, because students will be friends for life, not only in the next 3-4 years. I'll tell you one small example. When I was doing my MA Sanskrit in the same campus, Somaya campus, I had a lot of friends in my classroom, and all of them, think about it, all of them were above 60. Having, you're all lucky. इसको हम संस्कृत में कहते हैं सम आयु. You have the same age group, 1 or 2 years plus minus, right? Imagine I was 26 years old and all my classmate girls were 60 plus. Now, think about it. I was working at that age already. I used to come for my lectures and sometimes I used to miss lectures. And I used to feel very afraid. Will I pass? And Sanskrit, especially at the master's level, you have to go through Panini's grammar and a lot of things. And you'll be surprised without asking. Remember this word. Bina puche. All that classmates used to come and say, Mera notes le le. I said, Maine to pucha nahi, mujhe pata hai. You are struggling. We are good. We are attending the classes. And you know what they told me? For us, it's very important that every student passes. So I will tell you one thing. If I have cleared MA in Sanskrit with flying colors and went on to do a PhD and got a gold medal, it's only because of my students in the class. They made sure I pass. And here the competition is made sure the other fails. It's not going to happen. Today you have to move from competition to collaboration. And it's not only academics. If you find somebody talented, right? Usko utsaha karo. Or you're good in dance, you're good in music, you're good in sports. Let me tell you, people come from very challenging backgrounds. And we are facing what we call mental health issues, right? Let me tell you, you will not require a psychiatrist if you have a good friend. Isn't it true? So please develop friends beyond, what we call as needed friendship. Needed friendship मतलब वाला. जब जरूरत है तब आता है. कामा पुरता मामा. Okay, so never be that mama. Be that friend who will be there for life. And the third part, I like to end up, never forget your parents. And especially when you come from an education institution, you go back home. Typically, it starts with the mother and sometimes your father. कैसा रहा आज का दिन? Right? And you will never discuss with them what you learned. You will say, हाँ, आज का class अच्छा था. We went for some sports activity. Exam कब है? Please make sure you discuss technically what happened in the class with your parents. For example, if somebody is doing IT, your mother will generally ask, आज कैसा था? You may say, oh, class अच्छा था. I went, I had my food. That's the basic discussion. No, I'm telling you, please open your textbook and show her. She may not understand, but you'll be surprised she'll be introduced to some new terminologies. I watched this with my family, that Pushpa Impossible. Have you seen that? There's one serial happening where the mother and the daughter goes to the same class. Your mother or your father may not come to the class officially, but why can't they learn together? So you don't have that myth that, मैं जो सीख रही हूँ, because every generation will be ahead of the previous generation, isn't it? So you learn technical terms, AI, machine learning, and many more as the things evolve. But don't leave your parents behind. Don't make your parents and grandparents at home symbolic. Symbolic का मतलब आशीर्वाद लेना. No. Believe me, if you create a learning culture at home, they will actually support you beyond just academics. You can develop good friends. I've been very fortunate in my own class. I have batches where, in Mumbai University, where I had a father and a son in the same class. Brother and sister, mother and daughter. And they actually make yourself better. So why don't you discover what we call sahapati at your home? So, if you may have textbooks, unko batao. 99% they may not understand. But let me tell you that 1% will make them better in their friend circle. Isn't it true? Think about your mother. Let's say she's a homemaker. And by the way, being a homemaker is a big commitment. Oh, बेचारे already उसका confidence level down है. Because she feels being a homemaker is like the last thing you should do. Now imagine you go home and share something. She will not understanding. But let's say you introduce her one technical term called AI, artificial intelligence. कुछ समझ में नहीं आएगा. थोड़ा Google में बैठ के दिखा दो. But you know what happens when she meets her friends? She'll have something more than them. Isn't it true? So I want to just tell you, my dear friends, make it a journey, a collective journey where we rise the social consciousness of our society. Not being selfish. मेरे को degree आ गया, मेरे को job आ गया. And as sir rightly put it, yours is going to be a generation of entrepreneurs. Many of you will like to be businessmen, isn't it? Startup India. A lot of government funding coming, policies coming. And let me tell you, all these three things will help you throughout your life, wherever you are. So expand your heart, take up more responsibility, formally or informally. I just want to stop with one more, I would say, what you call it as again, call to action. Okay, how many of you follow me on social media? Some of you do, right? So I would suggest your first migration into higher education or universities, please be active on LinkedIn. Specifically, I'm telling you a call of action. How many of you are active on Instagram? Look around. All. I know. How many of you are actually active in LinkedIn? See, few of you. Please migrate. Continue Instagram. But please go into LinkedIn. I'll tell you the reason why. Well, LinkedIn is a professional way of networking, isn't it? And there are good articles. There are great scholars. And I can tell you, I know of a student of mine who actually contacted Bill Gates on LinkedIn. And Bill Gates called him there. Microsoft का chairman भी LinkedIn पे है. So don't wait for a time that I will get the degree and then I will have professional interaction. Your professional interaction starts from today. So I would suggest, this, whenever you're outside the classroom, whenever you have mobile, use that time also for a professional upgrade. Continue your research, use the library, use the teacher's wisdom, and come out a transformed student from this great university. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your word of wisdom. Now it gives me an immense pleasure to introduce our most energetic and vibrant director, CA Monica Loda. She is the director of Sksc College, which is a constituent college of Somaya Vidyavihar University. She is a member of Board of Management, Academic Council, and various committees at Somaya Vidyavihar University. Ma'am, they are new. She is the chairman of Board of Studies in Accounting and Finance and ex officio president of Women Development Cell in the university. So I'll request Monica madam to please address the audience.
गुड मॉर्निंग. आवाज नहीं आई मुझे. वेरी गुड मॉर्निंग. या आई नो इट्स वेरी हार्ड. इतना बारिश हो रहा है रात भर और सुबह सुबह बुला दिया. डिफिकल्ट टू गेट अप इन द मॉर्निंग. वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू गेट अप इन द मॉर्निंग. कम बैक हियर टिल 8:30 बिकॉज 8:30 to 9:30 रजिस्ट्रेशन रखा है मैम ने. 9:30 से विल स्टार्ट विद द प्रोग्राम. फर्स्ट डे ऐसे कर दिया है ना. ये वाली फीलिंग आ रही है. आ रही होगी राइट. हाँ या ना. आई स्टार्ट विद अ स्टोरी. सब्जन स्टोरी के साथ शुरू करते तो मैंने सोचा आई ऑल्सो वी वन स्टोरी. इमीडिएटली सर ने बोला आई बट ऑब्वियसली सर ने मेरा आधा काम कर दिया. मैं भी बोलती थी रिस्पेक्ट योर पेरेंट्स, रिस्पेक्ट योर टीचर्स, रिस्पेक्ट योर फ्रेंड्स. तो माई हाफ जॉब इज डन. Before I go with the formal introduction of my college, university, and all that, I just wanted to have one. How many of people? How many of you have planned for your 12th standard exam? Miss classes शुरू कर दिया होगा काफी जन ने, right? Most of people have joined the classes along with the colleges. Miss जो भी junior college है उसके साथ class शुरू किया, right? Yes or no? Or you have done self study? Self study तो हम कर ही नहीं सकते. There were times for the students like us, we used to do self study. We used to not join classes or tuitions. Means वो वक्त अलग था During my times, tuitions were not so prominent. We used to plan, we used to read, we used to prepare our notes, and you know, accordingly, then we used to study and we used to target our board exams. Board exams का pressure अलग ही होता है. Boards, 10th boards, 12th boards, different environment, different atmosphere made by parents, made by your teachers, and made by your friends. Boards है भाई, I cannot come, right? ये बहुत सारे excuses आप लोग ने दिए होंगे, but फिर भी during that planning of your 12th standard exams, you seeped in and you took out time for your social media, like Insta, Snapchat. Yeah, Facebook though, it's for us. It's for us. I don't find any young people on Facebook. It's for us, oldies like us. Snapchat, Insta, LinkedIn जो सर ने बोला बहुत कम लोगों ने किया है. And you have been planning, but you are not able to implement that plans. Exam के back से हम शुरू करते हैं. Date of exam, let us say 21st Feb. हमने एक महीने पहले का प्लान बनाया. On this day, I'll do this chapter of this subject. Next day, I'll do this chapter of this subject. Even I used to do like that for my CA studies, for my college studies and all. But I have seen that जो हम प्लान करते हैं हम इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं करते हैं. If I plan for 4 chapters, I end up doing only 1 chapter. Sometimes I might have planned for 100 pages, I end up doing only 2 pages or 3 pages. Sometimes I continuously read only that single page. I presume that meko yaad nahi hua hai, I have not memorized this. This is the story of all the students across the world. I'll say this is the story of all the students. I have been through that stage. And I've seen students being from that stage. The point what I want to make here is, what we do is, when we don't plan it taking into consideration a lot of things. We just plan it. नहीं, एक बोलते ना एक अलग ही हवा में भी plan that things. And we then try to implement. Then we say कि नहीं ये नहीं हो रहा. By the time exams come, we start planning in a different manner. अब तो ये हुआ नहीं है. See, he and she is, they are laughing because they are doing like that. Means everyone, including me. We start planning in a different manner. पहले हम देते हैं एक सब्जेक्ट को 2 दिन, फिर आ जाते हैं half day. This is a truth. Correct? Why this happens with us? शायद आपसे किसी ने इस बारे में बात नहीं करी होगी. No one have talked about to you about this particular thing. Why this is happening? What are you going through? Why this is happening? Because what happens is, we take into consideration a lot of things on our platter for a single day. We plan, but we don't implement because we don't take steps to achieve that goal. We plan here, but we do our steps here. Are we going to reach that goal? No. So first thing what I want to make a point here is, we need to take step. We need not procrastinate the things. You delay the things will get multifold and you won't be able to achieve those things what you have planned for and what is your objective is. With this point, I would like to start my formal presentation. तो मेरा एक बात आपको याद रखनी है, apart from respecting teachers, peers, and the friend circles and the parents. Apart from that, plan and take steps to achieve those plans and objectives. This is the only mantra of success. Planning इधर करेंगे, steps यहाँ करेंगे, या फिर workout यहाँ करेंगे, it will not work at any point of time in your life. If you're planning this thing to achieve, you need to break that plan into sub plans. This is the first step, this is the second step, this is the third step, and this is how I am going to follow this particular plan. So this is the only mantra. With this mantra, no procrastination, timeliness is very important in one's life. So I'll start with the formal introduction of our Sumaya Vidya Vihar. No, yeah. Can you just wait? As our Vice Chancellors have already, set the plane for this, Somaya Vidya Vihar is a legacy of 80 plus years, 60 plus years in the heart of Mumbai city. You won't find such a big university, private university, in Mumbai, heart of Mumbai city, where it is having 35 plus institutions. So Somaya Vidya Vihar has 80 plus years of legacy with 60 plus years in Mumbai city in higher education system. So we have 35 institution. One of the youngest institution, I can say one of the youngest is SK Somaya College. That is Shantilal Karamsibai Somaya College, a full name. Because you might have come to the campus, ये भी KJ है, ये भी KJ है, ये भी SK है, कहाँ जाना है? So each and every college has name. Our college name is Shantilal Karamsibai Somaya College. Somaya Vidya Vihar means we have 8 campuses, 1,500 plus faculties, 2,500 plus staff members, 40,000 plus students, and 230 plus courses, 20 plus libraries, 3 hostels, 1,500 means we have, in fact, in the campus itself, 1,500 plus students accommodation. 4 kilometers from here, we have another campus, Ayur Vihar. This is known as Vidya Vihar, wherein we have 1,000 plus students capacity, hostel capacity. Next slide, please. Somaya Vidya Vihar University is a dream of a chancellor, which I have been, brought into, with the efforts of our VC sir, we could, get this, we could achieve this in the year 2019. Next slide, please. Yeah. A vision of the founder is service to mankind, understand and respond to the needs of modern society, modern science and technology, provide opportunities for all-round development of individual. Sir has specified about social development, social cause, how are we going to do, not only but by getting into the lectures, you can take up the facilities, you can enjoy the freedom of possibilities what sir was talking. This is what we are talking. Our founder has laid this vision. Our mission statement is equip the student with the knowledge and skills of their chosen vocation, inculcate values, provide them opportunities for all-round growth and prepare them for the life. Next slide, please. So 360-degree career transformation setup, eminent teachers, experts. We are offering diverse educational programs in the field of commerce, science, business studies, humanities, social science, taking into consideration national education policy. Next slide, please. How many of are you aware of national education policy? कभी सुना है क्या? देखा है? 4 years, 3 years, confusion. हमें क्या 4 साल करना पड़ेगा? Because our mindset is not like that, right? But sir has rightly put up 3 years we have in regular program. जैसे normally सब जन करते हैं. 4th year it will be an honors program. You can go for honors by research program in the 4th year, focusing more on research particulars and directly enroll to PhD program at the later stage. So this is what we are doing at Somaya Vidya Vihar University. Academic flexibility. We are offering major, minors, honors, semester exchange programs, collaborative learning internships, languages, music, certificate courses, balancing your academics through sports, and we have Innovation Incubation Center, Riddle and Bio Riddle. So this is what we do in Riddle and Bio Riddle. We have, Maker Mela coming up. You might have received that mail also. If you have already activated your Somaya email ID, you might have received calling up for the volunteers for Maker Mela. So this is our one of its event is Maker Mela, which is happening in the month of January, Feb. Next slide, please. Yeah. So what are we doing in major, minor, and honors degree? You have already enrolled, you have already chosen your courses, your programs, right? But what are we offering here is, under the Commerce and Business Studies, we have Bachelor's of Commerce with specialization in data science. So BCom students who want to go for data science, they have this. Then we have accounting and finance, financial markets, banking and finance, business administration. Now, the fun point, the big point is that we are offering minor also in accounting, finance, taxation, banking, financial markets. So are you eligible to take up this minors? Yes. You can choose your minors. Apart from your majors, let us say the child was doing IT and he wants to learn something about marketing. He can choose minor in marketing. So he may get a degree as major in IT, minor in marketing. So this interdisciplinary courses you can select will be orienting you ki what are the minor programs, how you can choose. Will be floating up Google format to you, Google form during your know your department, which is there tomorrow. So intensive orientation will be done for the minor programs, for the open electives. Your teachers, your coordinators will be mentoring you. Please, uh, take an informed decision. नहीं समझ में आता, ask twice, thrice, 4 times. You can come and ask us कि what exactly is this, how it is going to help you out. We'll counsel you. Next slide, please. In science, we have BCA, BSc IT, BSc CS, Computer Science, Biotechnology, Data Science, and MS, Integrated MS and BS, BS and MS program. I think so. We have students of all these programs here sitting here, right? Yes? And we have minor in embedded system IoT, cybersecurity, data science, user interface UI UX, bioinformatics and omics, nanotechnology IPR, and biotechnology. So all your degrees, we are accounting all your degrees in the form of credits. अब वो credit क्या होता है? नहीं समझ में आता है. It's 1 credit is equal to 1 hour of teaching in a week. So your course, the program has different courses or subjects. So what happens is those courses are being assigned with the credits. कि ये particular course, let us say, in case of BSc Computer Science, we have embedded system. Let us say, for example, embedded system might be of 4 credits, 3 credit for theory, 1 credit of practical. So 3 hours of teaching in the classroom, 1 credit of practical. Practical has 2 hours of practical session in the lab. So this is how all your courses are been, designed in the form of credits. Means we have assigned credits to those programs. You have been in the system where you are having marks. So what we have done, 100 marks का paper, but कभी credit नहीं समझ में आया. अब तक 12th standard तक I have never seen anywhere, whichever board it is, I have never seen कि they have assigned credit to those particular subjects, right? अभी तक कभी सुना नहीं. तो ये क्या है नया? कैसे आएगा? हम कैसे उसको quantify करेंगे? So we are going to make it easy for you to understand this. So you need to just concentrate on subject. We have already assigned, means there is the subject will, means the course, the content of your subject, means syllabus will be shared with you by your respective coordinators tomorrow in your know your department. Next slide, please. We have mass communication, journalism, business economics, BS economics in under humanities and social science, and we have different foreign languages also, where even you can opt for that. Means we are not going to charge a single penny for it. If you want to learn separate certificate levels of different foreign languages, you can learn that. You just need to select. It's as sir rightly said, this is a open area for you. You just have to select, and we'll make it possible for you people to learn. Sports, you can take up. Languages, you can take up. It's all up to you how you grab this opportunity. Next slide, please. Go to the back side. You can even do dual degrees. Double major भी कर सकते हैं आप लोग. वो कैसे करना है? You can, come and talk to us. We'll inform, means we'll give you complete details of what. कि कैसे करना है क्या. If you have any interest कि I want to do double majors, we'll help you out. How to do it? We'll chart out your major credit also. Next slide, please. Why are we doing all this stuff? क्या कर रहे हैं? क्या अचीव हो जाएगा? ये सब करने के लिए कुछ तो अचीव करना है, right? Why we are focusing on this all curriculum? So NEP has set up certain graduate attributes कि एक ग्रेजुएट जो इंडिया में ग्रेजुएट होता है उनके लिए ये पैरामीटर्स हम देखेंगे. तो व्हाट आर दोज पैरामीटर्स? You can do complex problem solving, you can do critical thinking, you can, you can be creative, enhancing your communication skills, analytical reasoning, research related skills, coordinating and collaborating with others, learning peer to peer, community engagement and services, empathy, leadership readiness, learning how to learn skills, and digital technological skills, multicultural competence, value inculcation, autonomy, responsibility, and accountability, environmental awareness and action. So we have designed our courses under all the streams, taking into consideration all these graduate attributes. So we want our students to have all these attributes when they step out from our university. Next slide, please. So these are the certificate courses which you can, will be floating a Google form for that. And you can, if you're interested, you can take up. Additional agar padhna hai, and if you want to learn, because I believe this is your learner's journey. You have to learn, you have to grab from us, whatever you can. Next slide, please. So what are the common things what each and every student of this university is going to learn? We have ability enhancement courses, professional communication skills. We have elective as print media and Hindi. Then we have Marathi, Gujarati. So you can select from this four. We'll be floating a form for this also. You can select from this. And we have value added course, which each and every student is going to learn, that is Constitution of India and Public Policy as a compulsory subject for all the students, all the undergraduate students, whether they are from science, commerce, humanities, social science. So knowing about our constitution is important. Knowing about our policy is very important. You have been, listening to Ganesh Prasad on geopolitical views, right? बहुत सारे जन ने सुना भी होगा उनको. Abhi, recently you are, seeing a lot of news on how our external affairs minister is, having talk with various. We are, housing G20. We are presiding G20. How all this are taken into consideration? There are a lot of policies which are coming up, public policies which government has, come up. Niti Ayog. So we are going to make you learn those things एक तरह से in Constitution of India and public policy. Don't worry, we don't have all, written exams. Open exams, open book exams there, and we are going to make you do it in a different way. I don't want you learn, memorize the sections of those constitution or policies or like that. We'll do it in a very fun mode. Then we have environmental studies and sustainability, ethics, sports. As sir mentioned, we want you all to learn swimming. We want you all to learn self-defense skills. We want all you, miss, at least you take up one sport during your study years in this university. At least one. So we have already defined those sports. You can just take up this particular sport and you can do. Kuch nahi, just go to the ground and play. Please, because we believe that you should be holistically developed, not only mentally, but also physically, you should be healthy. Next slide, please. Apart from this, we are giving you an opportunity of, taking up, this is free of charge for the students. It comes as an gift to the students. You can take up any courses on Coursera, Swayam, and NPTEL local chapter. अब ये होता क्या है? इतने सारे क्या, इतने courses पढ़ाएंगे क्या? Meanwhile, first semester you can settle out. If you want to learn something different apart from the foundation courses, what we are going to teach under different curriculums of our programs, because these are foundations. I cannot deviate from the foundation. I have to teach you foundation. I have to lay your foundation so that you can, you can achieve a different height at later stage. You can apply those knowledge of the foundation at some later stage. But if you want to learn something new, extra, we'll have a resource person, we'll keep a workshop, and we are giving you online platform, Coursera and Swayam and NPTEL to the students. They can take up and they can, learn few modules out of that. We'll give the list also. Your teacher is going to orient you. Next slide, please. So we have everything for everyone here. So you can be academic research, financial analyst, nutritionist, project management person, social media manager, content writer, ICT office, software engineer, software developer, bank officers, web designer, research assistant, environmental consultant, graphic artist, sales executive, etc., 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 so on and so forth. Means there is a huge list. You can be everything. We have everything for everyone here under the same roof. You need not go for, I want to learn this. I'll take up some other classes. You need not do that. We have all the facilities under say one single roof. Next slide, please. Now, coming to some compliance. Whenever we come to any organization, there are certain rules and regulations, right? Which we need to comply. So when you're coming to higher education institution, we need to have an ABC, Academic Bank of Credit. I have given everything in writing in student handbook, what we have here in your folders. So there is a student handbook in your folder which has this Academic Bank of Credit. It's in compliance. It is important. तो मैंने अभी जो पहले बोला ना timeliness, तो उसका deadline है. By 23rd of this, by Sunday, you need to register for Academic Bank of Credit. कैसे करना है, क्या करना है, that has already been given here. If at all you have any problem, because we are going to do this activity tomorrow itself in your Know Your Department, where you'll be reaching out to your respective coordinators. We are going to help you out how to register yourself to Academic Bank of Credit. Okay. Secondly, next slide, please. Anti-ragging. We are strictly against ragging. So there is a compliance form because we need to take an undertaking. These are all compliance thing. You need to take an undertaking from the students that you are not going to get into any act of ragging. So वो भी mandatory है. I'll be sending out the mails the way I have sent out the mail as an invite on your only Somaya email ID. The first mail I have sent on both the email IDs, right? But now onwards, we'll be reaching out to your mail only on Somaya email ID for any communication henceforth. So we are going to get an undertaking from you that you are not going to indulge yourself into any ragging activities. So this is an undertaking what we require from your side as in compliance. Next. The code of conduct. Any organization has that. So I'll just read this because we have everything in this particular student handbook. This student handbook should be there with you for 3 years. You have to retain this because this has all the examination rules and everything in this. So cleanliness of the premises must be maintained by everyone in SVU at all the point of time. Any problem with regards to administrative facilities, faculty, classroom must be addressed through the class representative who will take it up to the course coordinator. In absence of satisfactory response, the student may approach the assistant director or the director. The mode of communication to student is via email and notice board, which will be put up on the website. Notice board section is there on the website. Students are advised to check the website notice board at least once a day, not rely on rumors or hearsay. Friends ने ऐसे बोला, इसलिए हमने ऐसे किया. Please don't do that. It is you have enrolled in this particular university, you are responsible for yourself. Your friend is not responsible for yourself. So you need to adhere to this. All the students are provided with the identity card, which they are required to wear mandatorily. Identity card कैसे लेना है, how to book the slot, that will be taken up later on by one of my colleagues. Classes are expected to begin on time. Late coming is not permitted. Faculty have authority not to allow latecomers from entering the classroom. Please, Miss, as time is very important for everyone, please maintain punctuality. Next slide, please. SVU has zero tolerance policy towards misbehavior, discrimination of gender sensitivity, indulgence with unethical practices, including possession and consumption of drugs, alcohol drinks, harassment, violence, non-obedience, non-compliance, and any action that will bring disrepute to the university by any student. Even vape devices, e-cigarettes are not allowed. Please avoid being in contact, or please don't indulge into e-cigarettes and vape devices. Any comment posted in social media, print, attempting to bring disrepute to the university will be viewed very seriously and will attract severe disciplinary action. Students are required to be dressed decently. Half pants, shorts, short skirts, bathroom sleepers are not allowed. Crop tops, not allowed. Revealing tops, not allowed. Students are required to be in city on all the days of semester. If they are leaving the city for the personal or institutional work, they are required to obtain prior permission from the course coordinator, HODs, or director. See, there are hostel students who was because parents have, uh, trusted us when the students are here. And I think so then students are responsible. If they are leaving the city, they should inform the hostel authorities and the college if they are leaving to our hometown or something like that. Because we should, miss, if you're going somewhere else and we are answerable to your parents, at least we should be in the knowledge that if you're leaving to some other place, without the knowledge of your parents, without the knowledge of us, it will be, problem for us as well as you. Next slide, please. All the students have responsibility to treat all the members of university college community with the respect, represent the university as responsible ambassadors through their good conduct on and off campus. You're all 18 plus, responsible citizen of India. So I think so you can shoulder this responsibility. So we are giving you one responsibility to shoulder. Be ambassador of our university. Don't let us down at any point of time. Assimilate with the university college culture, pursue the academic and professional studies in diligent, honest, and responsible manner, engage with the university college initiative to promote well-being of the mankind, comply with the university college policies and procedures, seek appropriate support and guidance by asking for help when it is needed. If you feel that I require guidance, I require help in this regards, you can reach out to your teachers, you can reach out to your, means you can even reach out to me. We'll be always available for your help. Be well informed about your responsibilities and rights as a student. Work collaboratively with the university to shape their experience. Next slide, please. So after all these strict guidelines, I'll come to a lighter note. We have library resources, as sir rightly said, Radhakrishna sir, we need to take as much as from our university. So we have rich library resources. You can even access it online. We have, next slide please. We have online library database which is available to all the students. I know it's very new with this research area, but we'll take you through this particular journey, how to do it, how to read the paper, how to prepare a gist out of it, how to summarize it, what is the conclusion of this, how to understand it, what is the research gap. We'll take you to this journey along with us. Or your teachers are going to help you out. So we have all this online library database. Next slide, please. Another point, very important point. We have semester exchange opportunity for you all people. Semester exchange program. Till date, in last 3 years, apart from first year because that was an COVID year, completely online. Last 2 years, I can say, there are 42 students who had completed one semester abroad in different universities across the globe. You just have to bear your accommodation and traveling. Tuition fee is waived off because we are having tie up with those universities, and this opportunity is open to all the students. We circulate a mail, we invite, if you're interested, if you want to complete one semester there, we'll guide you, we'll counsel you how it is to be done, what exactly is to be done. You can complete one semester there and come back here. You cannot have 2 semesters there. You can just have to do one semester because sometimes students Go there, ma'am, एक और semester कर ले क्या? नहीं बच्चा आ जाओ. So I don't want that to happen. So only one semester. So this opportunity is available to all the Somaya Vidya Vihar University students. We have this 42 students, means these are few students. We had collaboration with DHBW, NGCU, UCLL, UTT. These are the universities where our students had gone in the past. This 42 students. I think so 30 students, nahin, 20 students are still there, completing their one semester. Next slide, please. So only is padhai, padhai, padhai kya? We don't have any events. So that's the reason why we started with our cultural forum, गणेश वंदना. कैसे नहीं होना चाहिए, सिर्फ यहाँ पर पढ़ाएंगे, गेम्स खिलाएंगे, ये करेंगे. तो we have a lot of student centric activities and events. Approximately 126, I can say, 126 events what we have organized for our students. Various departments come up. There is an event planner in your folder, which give you complete events of complete 1 year. जुलाई महीने में क्या है, अगस्त में क्या है, तो ये तो college events है. Apart from college events, there are various opportunities in the university also. So there are university events also. So I have just given the list of college events. So anywhere you're interested, I want to be a part of it, you can just go and learn. You can be volunteer also. Next slide, please. Participation in Intercollegiate Fest, our students have bagged many trophies at various cultural events. Next slide, please. Field visits, what we do for our students for experiential learning. It's not only classroom teaching, what we do, we make our students go to the corporate, means go to the various places so that they can learn from the practical exposure what we give to them. We had industrial visit at Infosys back. और आगे sports. We have a session which will be taken up by Azaz sir, who is the director of Sports Academy, about the sports what we have here. Because I have told you have to select one sport. So we have all the sports in our campus. You can just pick one. So for this also, we'll give you complete information. कौन सा लेना है? You can pick up any one, right? Next slide, please. Miss, we have Azaz sir who is going to come up and speak more about sports. He's a director of sports. Our sports achievement. Next slide. Next slide. Yeah. We were winner at All India University. For squash, we have 5 squash, wonderful squash court and badminton court in the campus. Volleyball, one portal. You need not, go here, there, and everywhere. Sab kuch my account portal. SVB means that will be, informed to you by Anushri Suki. Next slide, please. Major college committees, what we have. Next slide. These are all for students. Incubation, entrepreneurship cell, cultural forum, placement cell, mentor-mentee committee, sports committee, student welfare and awards, satat, etc. Next slide, please. So this is what we have given to you. And handbook, event planner. We have ID slot, card slot booking also. That will be explained to you as and when it is. You need to get your ID cards. So kaise book karna hai? Everything is through my account portal. So we are going to explain. Railway concession, your ID card slot booking, everything is through that. Next slide, please. So I think so now this minors at SKSC, because थोड़ा सा तो बोलना पड़ेगा ना minor कैसे करना है क्या है. So some information will be given by my colleague Dr. Seema Samrani.
Hello students, good morning. So in the presentation just now, our director has told you about the major and minor programs, right? So here I present before you the bouquet of the minor programs which we are offering for the academic year 2023-24. So as students, you are all supposed to choose one minor course. Everyone will choose one minor course in the first year, and this will continue in your next academic years. Please choose the minor courses wisely, because once you choose the minor course, in the first year you do one minor and in the second year you want to do some other minor, it won't be possible. And it is mandatory that every student takes at least one minor, because this is as per the NEP 2020 policy. And all the dignitaries have spoken about the freedom of possibilities. So after, if you select these minors, after you complete your graduation, you will get a degree like, say, bachelor's in accounting and finance and minor in taxation, or bachelor's in biotechnology with minor in finance, or bachelor's in biotechnology with minor in mass media. So you have all these possibilities. So all of you, in the folder that has been given to you, there is a booklet like this. So in this booklet, all the details that are required for these minors at Sksc and in other sister institutions in Somaya Vidyavihar University have been explained in detail, along with the papers that would be taught in the first year. So what I would be doing here is just take you around in a very small way in the journey about the minors at Sksc. So you have a minor program in accounting. So this minor program in accounting, it aims at providing the student with a sound knowledge in the basic concepts of accounting, so as to complement their existing disciplinary knowledge, enrich their educational experience, enable them to make better financial decisions, and expand their career opportunities. Next, we have minor program in finance. So the minor program in finance aims at providing the students with a sound knowledge in the basic concepts of finance, so as to complement their existing disciplinary knowledge, enrich their educational experience, enable them to understand about the sources and utilization of capital, and expand their career opportunities. We are talking about finance. So next program is minor in taxation. So we all know that taxation is the most important and effective instrument to activate and mobilize the savings in an economy. So this minor program in taxation, it will provide the student with a sound knowledge in the basic concepts of taxation, direct taxation, indirect taxation. Something similar to that, like we have minor program in banking. So this minor program in banking, it will give you an opportunity to learn about the banking system, its operation, and banking services. So the next program that we have is minor program in financial market. Financial market, we all know, is a market where people trade in stocks, debentures, bonds, and other financial securities. So in this minor degree, you will be introduced to the financial system, financial alternatives, financial markets, financial services, so that they will complement your disciplinary knowledge and enhance your career opportunities. It's always not money is honey, right? So we have other aspects also which you can study. We have one program, minor in data sciences. So here, this minor in data sciences, it aims to enable commerce students to use the tools by providing experiential learning and application of commercial concepts. It will enable them to make better decisions in all the functions of an organization and expand their career opportunities. We have a minor program in mass communication. So minor degree in mass communication, see, it will introduce the students to the key concepts and the foundations that define the field of journalism and communication. So students who are pursuing major degree in other disciplines like management, accounting, science, arts, and are trying to look for a dynamic field of mass communication, this is the one for you. Minor program in bioinformatics and omics. So see, bioinformatics and omics is a rapidly growing field which has immense potential in the future. So students of life sciences, they can explore this particular minor. We have another minor, that is minor program in nanotechnology and IPR. So by enrolling to this minor program in nanotechnology and IPR, that is the intellectual property rights, the student can gain a comprehensive understanding of the principles and applications of nanotechnology while also acquiring the essential knowledge in protecting the intellectual property. For the non-science students, we have a minor program in biotechnology. So this will help you to explore and understand the fascinating world of biotechnology. So graduates of this program will be well prepared to contribute to the development of innovative solutions in biotechnology. We have a minor in data science and analytics too. So this particular course is interdisciplinary in nature and it can be taken by a wide range of learners who are interested in data science and visualization. We have a minor program in embedded system and IoT. So this will impart the knowledge of computer hardware. The program has subjects which pave the path for electronics and telecommunication in the first year. We also have a very important program, that is minor program in cybersecurity. So this minor program in cybersecurity is designed to help the students from all the backgrounds to achieve the basic understanding of what are cybersecurity skills, what is the insight into cryptography, how do you understand cybersecurity risks, threats, and the related countermeasures. We have a minor program in user interface and user experience. So this program is designed to help the students from all backgrounds to have a experiential learning in UI and UX. We have a minor program in marketing. So this course is designed to provide the understanding of marketing and advertising concepts to the students from different streams of life. They will also learn the intricacies of urban and rural marketing. We have a minor program in management. So this particular program will provide the understanding of management concepts to the students from different themes. So they will be able to have a broad understanding of classical and modern management concepts and theories of change management and the like. Next slide. So see, the list of minors that I just spoke about, these are all available in SK Somaya College, to which you have taken the admission. But along with this, we also have the minor programs which are offered by the other constituent colleges, which are our sister concerns in Somaya Vidya Vihar University. So the minors that are offered at SVU from the engineering college are like the minor in artificial intelligence and machine learning, robotics and AI, data science, electric vehicle, IoT, real-time embedded systems, minor in information processing and intelligent systems, and the like. The list is all with you. It is always not about science, commerce, and all of this. We have a softer corner also amongst us. So amongst that, we have the college, KG Somaya College of Dharma Studies, which also offers certain minors. So we have a minor program in Indian heritage, art, and architecture. So this program will provide exposure at various levels, starting from prehistoric artifacts to the Indus civilization, to the rocket cave complexes, temples, iconography, narrative literature, and the like. We have a minor program in narrative literature itself, where the students will be guided through the literary appreciation and the different layers at which stories speak to the listener. We have a minor program in Sanskrit language too. So here, the student will get an opportunity to explore the beauty of Sanskrit language through the knowledge of basic structure of grammar and Sanskrit literature. We have a minor program in yoga and meditation studies too. So we all know that these are the two key words for the physical and mental health in modern era. Oof. So many minor programs, which one should I choose? So please take advice of your parents, check with your peers, check with your teachers, choose what is best for you. Understand that you cannot change the minor later. So choose it wisely and take it. And throughout the university, we have the timing from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. as the time that is kept aside for minor programs. So even if you are in the same college with different minors or with different colleges with other minors, 1 to 2 p.m. is the time for the minors. So I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Seema ma'am. The next presentation will be regarding examinations. Learning without evaluation would be an incomplete process. Evaluation can help you identify areas for improvement and ultimately help you realize your goals more efficiently. To elaborate more on the examination system, evaluation patterns, rules, and regulations pertaining to the same, I now invite Ms. Meenal Dive, Assistant Controller of the Examination Cell, to address the gathering. Over to you.
Good morning, student. So I'm here to explain you about the examination or evaluation system that you will be following throughout the academic year. So the handbook that we had given to you, it already contains the academic calendar that we are following for this academic year 23-24. In this case, your lectures will start from 24th July, that is for semester 1. And for semester 2, even term, the lectures will commence in the month of December. The mid-semester examination, that is a unit test, or we called it as an in-semester examination, we had planned in the third week of September. Most probably that will be before Ganpati break. And then in the first week of February, there will be a second term unit test will be there. The final examination, the final end term examination will be there in the month of November, that is after Diwali. And the final examination for the semester 2 will be there in the month of April. So that is the basic schedule of the examination that I have displayed now. But the academic calendar that you have received or which is there in your student handbook, it has given a very detailed information about the academic year 23-24. Next slide. Now, what is the examination structure or the evaluation structure will be there? Now, whatever the subjects that you will be learning, it will be treated as a course. Okay, it has been named as a course. For every course, certain credits will be assigned, as Director Madam had already explained you. Now, for that particular course, the evaluation will be in the form of an internal assessment, external assessment, and then the practical assessment. Now, practical assessment is applicable wherever the science students are having a practicals. For the BSc IT, computer science, BCA, biotechnology, BSMS course, there will be a practicals. For the other subjects, the practicals are not there, but that students are also using the computer lab, but the evaluation will be different. That will be explained by your coordinators. Now, for the internal assessment, we have a various forms that I'll explain you later. The internal assessment can be of 40 marks or it can be of a 60 marks. It will vary depending upon your course or upon your subject. But minimum passing criteria is 40%. You have to score 40%. So if it is for 40 marks, the minimum passing criteria is 16 marks. If it is for 60 marks, the minimum passing criteria is 24 marks. External assessment, it is an end semester theory examination. Okay, just whatever the exams that you are given in the past, the same format will be there, and the practical evaluation will be in the computer laboratory. Next slide. Right. Yes, in your respective lab, depending upon your course requirements. Now, examination schedule. Now, the exams are divided basically into the two parts, the regular examination and the ATKT examination. Regular exam, now you will be appearing first time for the regular examination. Depending upon your performance, it will depend whether you will be appearing for KT or not. Okay. Now, for the regular examination, as I told you that there will be a 2 semester odd semester, that is your semester 1. 1, 3, 5, that will be termed as a odd semester, and semester 2, 4, 6, 8 will be termed as a even semester. Now what will happen? The some of the programs that depends upon you whether you want to continue your degree by for 3 years or for the 4 years. That if you want to go for the honors program, then there will be a 8 semester. So every year there will be a 2 semesters, semester 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and so on. Now, for the ATKT examination, now I had already explained you about the even semester regular examination dates and the months. Now, for the ATKT examination for the odd term will always be conducted in the month of March or April. So, you will be appearing in the month of October or November for that examination. And in case if you will have a KT, you will be appearing in the month of March or April. Now, for the semester 2 or for the even semester, that is semester 2, 4, and 6, in case if you fail in that, then after the declaration of the result will be declared by June 1st week. After the declaration of the result, immediately we conduct the supplementary examination. Supplementary examination is as good as a ATKT examination, but it will be conducted immediately after the declaration of the result. Why we are doing so? Suppose the students are having more than 4 KTs, then that student will get a year drop. To avoid that, the student can appear for the supplementary examination immediately after the declaration of the result, which will be conducted in the month of June. Now, all the practical examinations, we don't have a separate schedule for the practical examination. It will be always conducted parallel to your theory examination. Now, in case, suppose you are not able to attain the particular examination, there will be some problem. Okay, the students are allowed to appear for the re-examination. For there are certain conditions are there, certain criteria are there. See, if you are representing our college for any sports event, any cultural events, then the students are allowed to appear for the re-examination. In case of any medical emergency, you are not able to appear for the examination, then in that case you need to submit all the proper documents related to that, then you are allowed to appear for the re-examination. Or in case any unforeseen circumstances happen at your home, किसी का डेथ हो जाता है, कुछ और प्रॉब्लम हो जाता है, then immediately you have to report to the exam cell. The forms, the whatever the student handbook you have received, in that we have given the templates of the forms. The general application template is there, re-examination template is there, re-verification, reassessment template is there. Apart from that, all these forms are available in the exam cell. You need to fill all the form and report to the exam cell with the prescribed documents within 3 days of the exam. Then after scrutinizing all these application, then it will be informed by the exam cell to you whether you are allowed or not. Now for the internal assessment, how the internal assessment will be done? Internal assessment will also termed as a continuous assessment. So when you will see the result gazette or your mark sheet, there will be a term called as a CA. CA stand as a continuous assessment. Okay? And external assessment is known as a EAC, that is the end semester examination. Now for the internal evaluation, we have a class test which will be conducted for every subject wise. Then there can be a field assignments. As madam had already explained about the environmental studies and all that, constitution theory and constitution and public policy. It might possible the teacher will give you the field assignment, you have to go on the field and you have to work on that, and the marks will be, the evaluation will be based on that. Seminars or paper presentation, then poster presentation, book review, open book test, assignment, project, case study, group task. Now, the evaluation will be based on the subject requirement wise. So your subject teacher will tell you for that particular subject how the evaluation will be done, what will be the format for the internal evaluation, and that will be informed to you well in advance. ऐसे नहीं कि 2 दिन के बाद assignment submit करना है और आज बोला है. That subject teacher will inform you well in advance about how the evaluation will be done for that particular subject. Next. Admission to the higher class. Now first year to complete कर लिया. To get the admission in the next year, for the second year basically, the student have to clear the first 2 year में कोई KT नहीं है, first 2 semester में there will not be any problem. The student will be promoted to the second year class. But or there should not be more than 4 KTs in a year. No, there should not be more than 4 KTs in a year. I'm repeating again. So semester 1 ka 2 KT hai, semester 2 ka 2 KT hai, it is allowed. We are calculating that year wise. Now, in case of the practical subject will be treated as a separate head of the passing. So suppose if you will be having any subject, you can take, say, Java is the subject. Java में external में भी KT है, practical में भी KT है, it will be termed as a 2 KTs. So practical subject will always be treated differently for the calculation or for the evaluation purpose. So in a particular year, if you will be having more than 4 KTs, then you are not eligible to promote for the next year. So the variation can be semester 1 pura clear hai, semester 2 mein 4 KTs hai, that is also allowed. Next slide. To get eligible for the third year of the admission or for the fourth year of the admission, then in that case, if the student had cleared all the first 4 semester, there will not be any problem. The student is promoted to the next class. And in case of more than 4 KTs in a year, again, here the rule for the year is there, that first year or the second year, both the year if you will be having any KT, semester 1, first year ka 2 KT hai, second year ka 2 KT hai, it is not allowed. That will be treated as a cross KT and again the year drop will be there. So the student have to at least clear a complete 1 year to get it admitted into the third year, and in the other year there should not be more than 4 KTs. Now, if the student will be cannot be admitted to the third year if the student has not cleared for both the first year as well as second year, so that will be treated as a cross KT. Now, open day schedule will be given to you 15 days prior to the open day. So what will happen once we have declared the result, then what will happen, we will display the open day schedule. The students have to come to the college, we will show them the answer sheet. Students can go to the answer sheet, you can view how the marks will be given, and if you are not satisfied with that, then you can put it for the re-verification or for reassessment. Now in that case, the attendance is mandatory for the student to be present on the open day. If you will remain absent, the answer sheet will not be shown to you after that. Okay, so you have to be there. During the open day, you are not allowed to carry mobile phone or any of the electronic gadget, even the pen as well. Because if you are doing any tampering with the answer sheet, it will be treated as an unfair means. So the students are not allowed to carry the phone, camera, or digital watch, any kind of the electronic gadgets. During the open day, the student can check the marks, how the given total. You can, if there will be any totaling mistakes and all that, that you can check, and accordingly you can inform to your respective mentor. Next. Unfair means, during the examination, if the student found to following any unfair mean practices. Now, what are the unfair mean practices? Carrying chits, okay, carrying the study material during the examination, carrying any electronic gadgets, that will be treated as an unfair means. Even on the answer sheet, you are not supposed to write anything other than your seat number. If you are writing your name, any form of the Om, Ganesh, aise kuch likha, that will be also treated as an unfair means. So be careful while appearing for the examination. And then in that case, what will happen? Depending upon the what kind of the offense the student had done, the punishment level will be like that. So avoid following all these unfair means practices during the examination. Now, hall ticket is mandatory for all examination. That will be provided by the examination cell to you. Okay. Re-verification. Now, during the open day, after going through all your answer sheet, if you found that there will be any totaling mistakes are there, if any answer is partially or completely unassessed is there, then you can apply for re-verification. The re-verification form will be available in the class itself. You need to fill that re-verification form and the result will be declared within 8 days. Then in that, you need to apply within 2 working days. The form for the re-verification is also available in your student handbook. Reassessment, revaluation. After going through your answer sheet, if you are not satisfied, whatever the marks has been given by your teacher to you, then in that case, you can apply for the reassessment. The reassessment, the entire answer sheet will be assessed again by some other moderator. And based on that, whatever the marks, in that case, your marks may increase or it may decrease also. But whatever the marks you will receive after reevaluation, That marks will be the final marks, which will be reported in your mark sheet. Grade table. Now, grade table, the grading will be given. We follow the CBCS system and where the grading will be given for you. Now, in the case of the grades will be given course-wise. And then we have a cumulative grade pointer, which will be given for the particular semester. So, if you have scored 80 marks and above in a particular subject, then the O grade will be awarded. If the marks are between the 70 to 79 range, then the A plus grade will be there, and so on. Now, maximum period to complete your degree. So if you are opting for the 3 years ka degree, there will be a different valuation will be there. If you are going for the 4 year of a degree, then the calculation is different. So to complete the particular term or to complete the particular program, there will be maximum n plus 2 year are there. So if you are only opting for the bachelor's degree, 3 plus 2. So within 5 years, you need to complete your entire degree or that entire program you have to finish. In the case of the KT, it is 2 into n years. So if you'll be having any KT in particular semester, you need to complete that. So semester 1 ka KT hai, that you will get a maximum 3 attempts for that. Okay, you have to clear that KT within that term. For any of the queries, you can write a mail to the exam.sksc@somaya.edu. Our examination cell is there at the 4th floor in the Aurobindo building. For any of the query, you can come there. You can meet the examination staff. They will help you, guide you. Again, the notice boards are also there. So exam related, all the timetables are put up on that notice board. So please, on a regular interval, check that. Again, all exam related documents, timetables, notification, everything is available on our sksc.somaya.edu website. So please have that habit, regularly check the website so that whatever the updates about the examinations are there, that will be available for you. Okay, thank you so much.
Madam has told about 2n, 3 plus 2. Utna saal mat lagana. It's in provision because of some medical reason. कभी अगर academic break लेना पड़ा कि ये साल हम नहीं कर पाते हैं, तो you can come back, seek readmission and complete your degree. There can be anything. So we have made that provision. It doesn't mean you complete that 3-year degree in 5 years or 6 years. Please don't do that. Don't go to that route of getting an KT. तो KT exams के rules फिर याद रखने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी.
Thank you, Meenal ma'am, for a crisp and lucid presentation of the examination system. I now invite Mr. Sushil Gupta of Somaya Sports Academy to elaborate on the sports facilities that are available to our students on our Somaya Vidya Vihar campus. Over to you, sir.
I think I also need a mic.
Yeah.
मैं भी नहीं दिखने वाला हूँ.
ये लीजिए sir.
हाँ, इसलिए मैं mic ले लिया. Good morning all. आपका फेस देख के ऐसा लग रहा है कि एनर्जी लेवल अभी भी डाउन हो चुका है पहले से. So I'm here not to tell you कि what are the benefits of playing sport, क्योंकि ये एज में आपको सबको पता है कि क्या राइट है और क्या रॉन्ग है. Is that clear? I'm here to tell you कि आप कैसे फैसिलिटी को एक्सेस कर सकते हैं, what are the activities are conducted in the campus, and mentoring you and guiding you to the process कि आप आपका progress in sports कैसे कर सकते हो. So before I start my presentation, I would like to play a video जो बिना खाना खाए भी आपको एक्साइट कर सकता है, आपका एनर्जी लेवल बढ़ा देगा. स्पोर्ट्स वो फील्ड है जहां पर आप कम भी खाना खाएंगे ना तो भी एनर्जी लेवल हाई होता है. यू कैन आस्क योर डायरेक्टर मैम, क्योंकि वो डिफरेंट स्पोर्ट्स एक्टिविटी में पार्ट लेते हैं, इवन द फैकल्टीज. सो व्हाई नॉट स्टूडेंट? या प्लीज. Okay, कैसा था ये? Was that good? If you want to be a part of this sporting event, these all are the sports event conducted in the Somaya campus, both the campuses. It's called Somaya Games. So जहाँ पर faculty, students and other staffs participate in different event. Yes, of course. You won't believe, आपने अपना देखा भी नहीं होगा, कैंपस भी नहीं देखा होगा. कैंपस टूर है, वाओ, सुपर. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज. सो बेसिकली आपने सबने वेबसाइट पर देखा होगा कि सोमया इंस्टीट्यूशन में कितना पॉपुलैरिटी है कि बच्चे फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस हमारे कैंपस को देते हैं कि ये इंस्टीट्यूट में एडमिशन हो जाएगा, हमारा उद्धार हो जाएगा. राइट, स्माइल करना था इस पे. थैंक यू. So almost 40,000 students are studying in different institutions of Somaya, and उसमें around 15,000 students are actively participating in different activity. So basically इतना सारा इंस्टीट्यूशन है, 17 इंस्टीट्यूशन है फिलहाल दोनों कैंपसेस में. तो इतने स्टूडेंट्स को कैटर करने के लिए वी हैव मेड सेपरेट स्पोर्ट्स एकेडमी, जहां से हम लोग सेंट्रलाइज तरीके से उसको मॉनिटर कर सके और डेवलप कर सके. सो आवर विजन इज टू बिकम अ बेस्ट, टू प्रोवाइड द बेस्ट स्पोर्ट्स इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर एंड फैसिलिटी टू ऑल आवर स्टूडेंट्स. सो व्हाट वी डू, वी प्रोवाइड स्पोर्ट्स कोर्सेज. आपको अभी फर्स्ट ईयर में क्रेडिट कोर्स है स्पोर्ट्स के लिए, 1 क्रेडिट के लिए. So you will get an opportunity to select one sport and study throughout the semester. तो वहां पर हम लोग कंटिन्यूसली इवैल्यूएशन के थ्रू आपको असेस करेंगे कि आप पहले क्या थे और अभी क्या है. ऐसा नहीं कि पहले क्या थे और पीछे चले गए. ओके, स्पोर्ट्स में ऐसा बहुत रेयर होता है कि आपने 1 पुशअप से स्टार्ट किया एंड यू आर नॉट प्रोग्रेसिंग टिल 10 पुशअप्स. ऐसा होता है क्या? एक पुशअप्स किया, पीछे कर ही नहीं पा रहे, लेट गया, ऐसा ऐसा कुछ होता है? नहीं. So there is always a progress, at least 1%. Clear? So along with that, we conduct sports event college-wise भी, campus-wise भी, और open invitation competition भी organize करते हैं, जहाँ पर other colleges के students भी आके हमारे event में participate करते हैं. So also अगर event हो रहा है तो team चाहिए. अगर हमारा सोमया का टीम नहीं है, so do you think वो हमारे लिए अच्छा है? नहीं, right? So that's why we have expert coaches who can train you throughout the semester or throughout the year. जब भी आप ये प्रोग्राम में रहेंगे, you will receive an email through sports ID कि अभी ये गेम का सिलेक्शन प्रोसेस शुरू हो गया. You need to select your particular sports to train under our expert coaches. So as soon as you fill the form, you will get the notification for the selection schedule. तो उसके अंदर हम लोग assess करते हैं कि how the students are get benefited from the activity, but the most important part is you should know your ability. What kind of ability? कोई बता सकता है? Ability to judge the coaches. Yeah, कि वो अच्छा सिखाएगा कि नहीं सिखाएगा. What kind of ability you require to play sport? Please loud. Stamina and mindset. So basically it's your physical ability and your mental ability. उसके बाद skill आता है. So there are few sports, football, cricket. इंडिया में तो वो फेस्टिवल की तरह चलता है, राइट? सो अगर हमने कल अनाउंस कर दिया कि क्रिकेट या फुटबॉल का सिलेक्शन है, देयर विल बी 1,000 स्टूडेंट्स कम फॉर द सिलेक्शन ट्रायल. एंड डू यू नो कि एक स्क्वाड में कितने प्लेयर होते हैं? 4. कौन सा क्रिकेट टीम में खेल रहे हो आप? क्रिकेट टीम में वी चूज 25 प्लेयर्स का स्क्वाड, एंड फुटबॉल में इज ऑलमोस्ट सेम, क्योंकि हम लोगों को स्टैंड बाय रखना पड़ता है. सो डू यू थिंक दैट कि आप वो 1,000 बच्चों में से यू हैव एबिलिटी टू बिकम अ पार्ट ऑफ दैट टीम 25 का स्क्वाड में? यस. सो जिसने ऑलरेडी खेला हुआ है तो उनके चांसेस हाई है, बट जिन्होंने नहीं खेला है, व्हाट अबाउट देम? वो क्या कर सकते हैं? घर पे जाके सो जाना, बोलना कि यार मैं नहीं कर सकता हूं. Is that the solution? No, we have a development squad. We have development squad. जहां पर अगर आपका एक लेवल तक फिजिकल एबिलिटी है, लेट्स से अगर 90 मिनट्स का गेम है फुटबॉल का, एंड यू आर नॉट एबल टू रन फॉर 200 मीटर, डू यू थिंक दैट यू आर फिट इन द डेवलपमेंट स्क्वाड टू? नॉट एट ऑल. सो दैट्स व्हाई वी हैव मेड एक पॉलिसी जहां पर आप सिर्फ आईडी कार्ड दिखाकर एथलीट ट्रैक पर जा सकते हैं कि मुझे एक्सरसाइज करना है खुद होके. सो एटलीस्ट यू शुड डू योर ओन टू डेवलप योर फिजिकल एबिलिटी. एटलीस्ट एक राउंड तो लगाओ. कितने लोग ऐसे हैं जो एटलीस्ट वीक में 1-2 बार 1 किलोमीटर भाग लेते हैं? वो ऐसा नहीं है कुत्ता पीछे पड़ा वो, दैट नॉट ओके, दैट्स गुड. सो अगर जो बाकी लोग नहीं कर रहे हैं, आई रिकमेंड एंड रिक्वेस्ट ऑल ऑफ यू टू डू सम बेसिक फिजिकल एक्टिविटी. आई टेल यू व्हाई. गाड़ी देखा है? देखा ही है. चलाया है? नहीं चला सकते, लाइसेंस लगता है. तो गाड़ी को अगर खड़ा कर दिया जाए फॉर अ मंथ, क्या होगा? रश लगेगा, इंजन खराब हो जाएगा और फिर चालू रहेगा, राइट? तो अगर वो गाड़ी खराब हो सकता है, तो दिस इज ऑल्सो योर सिस्टम टू आपका बॉडी का जो जितना भी सिस्टम है वो एफिशिएंटली वर्क करने के लिए यू विल रिक्वायर एडुकेट अमाउंट ऑफ फिजिकल एक्टिविटी. अदरवाइज योर मसल विल बी stiff, you won't be flexible enough to bend down and pick up your pen. पेन उठा के देना रे, ऐसा बोलना पड़ेगा, है ना? मॉम को बोलते हैं ना हम लोग, अरे मॉम ग्लास में पानी लाना. सो वंस यू स्टार्ट डूइंग एक्टिविटी, तो आपका वो सेल्फ मोटिवेशन आ जाता है कि अरे मैं यहां से यहां तो जा ही सकता हूं. ओके, बट डोंट जंप फ्रॉम वन बिल्डिंग टू अनदर बिल्डिंग. सो दैट्स व्हाई यू हैव टू डू एटलीस्ट 1 राउंड ऑफ जॉगिंग ऑन एथलेटिक ट्रैक ट्वाइस अ वीक. डू दैट. So you will feel that कि हाँ अब मैं यहाँ से आगे जा सकता हूँ. Okay, I will not take much time because sports बहुत interesting subject है, and I can see you in your eyes कि आप अभी बहुत excited हो चुके हो after showing that video. ये देखा है कहीं पर? कहाँ से देखा है? ऊपर कौन जाता है? ये blueprint है. Okay, this is विद्या विहार कैंपस का blueprint. See, there is an athletic track, synthetic track, जो मुंबई में सिर्फ 3 जगह पर है. उसमें से हमारा एक है, and which is already renovated. Football field inside the track, 11 side का grass football turf है. We have a basketball court, 2 basketball court, 1 cricket ground, 5 squash court, 2 badminton hall, and judo hall, multi-purpose hall. Even now we have a turf at the Eclave Terrace for cricket as well as football. Yeah. So we recently conducted a women's toss, which is for employees. So ma'am was a part of that team. Next, please. ये देखा है? अभी नहीं बोलोगे ना, नहीं देखा है? ये आयुर्विहार कैंपस है हमारा. So विद्या विहार and आयुर्विहार, both the campuses are under our trust. If you see on left hand side, there is a 1 cricket ground. That's first class cricket ground. अभी तक के मुंबई में किसी प्राइवेट इंस्टीट्यूशन के पास में इतना बड़ा क्रिकेट ग्राउंड नहीं है. Then we have a skating ring, which is only 2 in Mumbai. एक विराट जाना पड़ता है और एक हमारे पास में. So you are a lucky student कि आपको इतना सारा फैसिलिटीज फर्स्ट क्लास फैसिलिटी को एक्सेस करने मिलेगा. Then we have a 11 side का फुटबॉल field along with turf, and now in future we are building tennis court out there. Now, मैम जो बता रहे थे ना स्विमिंग पूल, so this is the एकलव्य स्पोर्ट्स कॉम्प्लेक्स. किसी को पता है कहां पर है? एडमिशन लेते वक्त तो आप देखा ही होगा. पता है? आपके घर के राइट साइड पे नहीं, गेट नंबर 3 के एंट्रेंस के पास में एक एकलव्य स्पोर्ट्स कॉम्प्लेक्स लिखा हुआ एक बिल्डिंग है, राइट? 1 फ्लोर का. वहां पर वी हैव अ ओलंपिक साइज स्विमिंग पूल, 5 स्क्वॉश कोर्ट, 2 बैडमिंटन हॉल, मल्टीपर्पज हॉल, एंड अभी वो डेवलपिंग फेज पे चल रहा है स्ट्रेंथ एंड कंडीशनिंग एरिया, जहां पर हाई परफॉर्मेंस एथलीट को स्पेसिफिकली ट्रेन किया जाएगा टू गेट मोर परफॉर्मेंस फ्रॉम देम. क्योंकि क्या होता है कि अगर 100 मीटर आप 11.5 सेकंड में भाग रहे हो, 50, और अगर आपको वो 11.45 भी करना होता है, सो यू रिक्वायर एक्सपर्ट ऑफ स्ट्रेंथ एंड कंडीशनिंग. वो 0.05 का इंप्रूवमेंट के लिए भी एक्सपर्ट कोचेस का जरूरत पड़ता है. सो वी ऑल्सो प्रोवाइड एक्सपर्ट फॉर द हाई परफॉर्मेंस एथलीट. सो सून यू विल बी अ पार्ट ऑफ दिस ऑल द प्रोग्राम कि आपको स्विमिंग पूल एक्सेस करने मिलेगा. बट अभी पानी नहीं है, जाके उड़ी मत मारना. नहीं है थोड़ा बारिश की वजह से. सो नेक्स्ट प्लीज. So these are the facility we are providing in all the colleges. So you will be access table tennis area, carom and chess. Okay, I don't think कि बहुत सारे लोग chess खेलते होंगे. बहुत time लगता है ना? Right? So soon, maybe we are planning to. You have already, right? Yeah, that's great. So ये तो already मैं बता चुका. मैं ज़्यादा बोर नहीं करूँगा इसमें. सो व्हाट आर द पर्पस आपको इतना सब फैसिलिटी प्रोवाइड करने का? आप तो मड ग्राउंड पे भी भाग सकते थे ना, भाग सकते थे राइट. बिना पानी के स्विमिंग पूल में तैर सकते थे, रोज तैरते बेड पे. बट द पर्पस ऑफ टू प्रोवाइड इक्वल अपॉर्चुनिटी, एक्वायर एक्सपीरियंसेस ऑफ फर्स्ट क्लास फैसिलिटी. अगर आप आउटसाइड कहीं ओपन ग्राउंड में बैडमिंटन खेलते हो और वुडन फ्लोरिंग बैडमिंटन कोर्ट पर खेलते हो, देयर विल बी अ डिफरेंस राइट. क्या डिफरेंसेस होंगे? क्या डिफरेंस होंगे? शटल इधर से इधर नहीं जाएगा, तेरा चांस मेरा चांस खत्म हो जाता है. सो इट्स प्रॉपर फैसिलिटी जहां पर आपको इक्वल अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलता है कि हाँ दिस इज अ स्किल विच आई कैन परफॉर्म इन द कंट्रोल एनवायरमेंट. सेकेंड थिंग, इंजुरी कम होता है. हार्ड फ्लोर पर खेलने से नी इंजुरी ज्यादा होगा क्योंकि यू आर कंटिन्यूसली जंपिंग ऑन हार्ड सरफेस. बट वुडन फ्लोरिंग में इट गेट एब्जॉर्ब. जब आप जंप करते हो, इधर जंप नहीं कर सकता मैं, बट इज ऑल्सो वुडन फ्लोरिंग, बट वहां पर एक फोम लगाया जाता है. सो वो सारा एक्सपीरियंस देने के लिए हम ये सारा फर्स्ट क्लास फैसिलिटी बिल्ड कर रहे हैं. एंड देन फिजिकल एक्टिविटी ऑलरेडी पका चुका हूं मैं आपको. नाउ हाउ यू ऑल कैन एक्सेस द फैसिलिटी विदाउट द कोच. इसके पहले एक वीडियो में लास्ट स्लाइड था, किसी ने देखा? स्क्रीनशॉट निकाला, फोटो निकाला? नहीं. sports@somaya.edu पेन लेकर आए हो? इतना मेमोरी शार्प नहीं है अपना? फोल्डर में है. दैट्स ग्रेट. ओ मैम, आपने इनका एफर्ट कम कर दिया. मैं तो सोचा था कि इनको लिखवा देता थोड़ा, क्योंकि ओ या दैट्स ग्रेट. थोड़ा मेहनत करवा लेना चाहिए क्योंकि हमारा आई हैव सीन दैट हमारा रीडिंग एंड राइटिंग हैबिट छूट चुका है. या इनफ. So you can send an email on sports@somaya.edu mentioning the date, time, and sports facility and playing with the team. So as soon as you send the email, our booking officer will reply to you with the available slot, or if the slots are available, they will give you confirmation on the email. And what you can do, you can show that email to our security first, क्योंकि वो अगर इवनिंग में खेलना है तो they will not allow you if you don't have confirmation. So you need to show that email to security guard first, submit the ID card, take the key, and go to the badminton court. Is that clear? Even with the same for all other facility like multi-surface, जो almost book होता है. So that's why we ask students to make a team, your own team, and book the facility first so that there won't be any interruption by other team. So we'll get enough time to play and exhaust. Yeah, next please. So this side, on right hand side, these are the sports जहां पर हमारे expert coaches campus में coaching देते हैं. ये फोल्डर में नहीं रहेगा. Yeah. So the athletic, badminton, cricket, football, judo, taekwondo, volleyball. So कुछ दिनों में आप मोस्टली नेक्स्ट वीक में आपको एक गूगल फॉर्म आएगा जहां पर ये सारे फैसिलिटीज एक्टिविटी के आपको सिलेक्ट करने पड़ेंगे. एंड ऑन लेफ्ट हैंड साइड दीज आर द स्पोर्ट्स एक्टिविटी. मे भी हो सकता है कि आप किसी और क्लब में मेंबर हो. शूटिंग, कबड्डी, खो खो, वेट लिफ्टिंग, मारामारी तो करते ही है. तो अगर ऐसा है तो आप क्या करोगे? आप खेल नहीं सकोगे. यू विल गेट एन अपॉर्चुनिटी. सो उसमें एक अदर स्पोर्ट्स का ऑप्शन आता है. यू नीड टू फिल दैट फॉर्म कि यस आई एम प्लेइंग चेस, टेबल टेनिस एट दिस लेवल, आई एम प्रैक्टिसिंग एट दिस क्लब, so that we'll directly communicate with you to provide you the tournament details. तो उसका भी हम लोग अगर ज्यादा बच्चे हैं तो we'll conduct the selection trial and make a university team. Yeah, next please. जो कोर्सेस हैं, ऑलमोस्ट आई ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू दैट एक्टिवली पार्टिसिपेशन 16,000 जो स्कूल, कॉलेजेस एंड माइनर कोर्सेज को मिलाकर हैं, 6,000 ओनली फ्रॉम द कॉलेजेस एंड 131 टीम्स आर देयर इन डिफरेंट डिफरेंट स्पोर्ट. सो इमेजिन कि आप कितने बड़े इंस्टीट्यूट के पार्ट हो. नेक्स्ट प्लीज. So once you become a part of the core, the actual team, which is going to be participate in different competition, you will be benefited with the college jersey, university jersey. Then definitely we will train you to participate in the event. We'll provide the best equipment. Without equipment, you won't be able to run, right? Shoes चाहिए होता है. हाँ, अब भाग मिल्खा भाग के जमाने में नहीं है. अहो सर, डे अलाउंसेस एंड ट्रैवलिंग अलाउंसेस वो हम लोग देख लेंगे. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट प्लीज. एंड वी मेक अ ईयर कैलेंडर, स्पोर्ट्स इवेंट कैलेंडर, विच विल बी शेयर विथ यू सूनर, जिसमें प्लान होता है कि कौन सा टूर्नामेंट टेंटिवली कौन से मंथ में होने वाला है. सो यू विल गेट अ चांस टू प्रिपेयर योर सेल्फ. जाके आईडी कार्ड दिखा के भागना है वहां पर. नेक्स्ट प्लीज. एंड सो इफ यू टॉक अबाउट चैंपियंस फ्रॉम योर कॉलेज, these are the champions. Nidhi, Isha, Suraj, Veer, there are gymnasts and best physique weightlifters. These are the players who was a part of your institution and कुछ तो अभी study कर रहे हैं. सारे study कर रहे हैं actually. And these are the national player from the campus. तो अलग अलग institution में सारे programs चल रहे हैं, सारा activity चल रहा है. तो these are the national player and also the international player. These are the international players who achieve medal at the international level, Commonwealth Championship, Asian Championship. And Siddheshwar is preparing for Olympic Games. वो अभी इंडिया कैंप में है. अभी आपको ये देखकर ऐसा लग रहा होगा कि अरे यार ये तो ऑलरेडी 10 साल 15 साल से प्रैक्टिस कर रहे होंगे. That's why they are that level. Is that true? नहीं, होता है ऐसा. But if you see, वीर खोना recently joined judo program 1 year ago. And he become a national player. State में medal मारा, national, he become a national player. How? कैसे possible है वो? Practice तो करते हो ना बेटा. Dedication, ठीक है. Mentoring, मैं थोड़ा shortcut कर देता हूँ. Mentoring. कभी कभी ऐसा होता है ना कि हमें पता नहीं होता कि हमारी abilities क्या है. So coaches are the expert. 14-15 years का experience होता है उनको. They will see you, योर फिजिकल अपीयरेंस, कि आपका पोस्चर क्या है, योर हाइट एंड रेशियो क्या है, आपका मस्कुलर और कौन से बॉडी टाइप के ह्यूमन हो आप. उसके बाद में दे टेक अ टेस्ट, बैटरी टेस्ट होता है. सो उससे उनको पता चल जाता है कि ये प्लेयर या ये स्टूडेंट कौन सा स्पोर्ट अच्छे से खेल सकता है. सो वीर खोना वाज अर्लियर प्लेइंग वॉलीबॉल. एंड डू यू थिंक कि वो वॉलीबॉल में टिकता था बिकॉज ऑफ द वेट? क्योंकि एजिलिटी ज्यादा चाहिए. We suggested him to go for judo sport where he is capable of performing the activity. तो उसमें वो हर एक स्पोर्ट्स का अपना एक यूनिक रिक्वायरमेंट होता है. सो इफ यू आस्क द कोचेस, अगर आप किसी गेम में आगे नहीं बढ़ पा रहे हो तो यू कैन आस्क द कोचेस कि मैं कौन सा स्पोर्ट कर सकता हूँ. एंड यू आर इन फर्स्ट ईयर, यू हैव 3 years टाइम. मे भी हो सकता है कि नेक्स्ट ईयर यू विल गेट चांस टू पार्टिसिपेट इन द डिफरेंट लेवल. इज दैट क्लियर? That's right answer. Yeah. Thank you. So if you have any doubt, you can send. हाँ, बजा लो. नहीं चाहिए, ये तो ये स्टेज मिलता है. सी, हम लोग भी आपकी तरह स्टूडेंट थे, वहां पर बैठ के सारा इंफॉर्मेशन कलेक्ट करते थे. द ओनली थिंग विच मेक अ डिफरेंस, यस, यू नीड टू एक्ट ऑन द इंफॉर्मेशन. इंफॉर्मेशन को एक्सपीरियंस में कन्वर्ट करो, एक्सपीरियंस को इवेंट में. यू विल बिकम अ स्टार अपने फैमिली में एटलीस्ट. ओके, थैंक यू एवरीवन.
थैंक यू सर. आई थिंक सारे जो जितने भी यहाँ पर बैठे हुए हैं वे अच्छे से जाग चुके हैं एंड आई होप दैट व्हेन यू आर गोइंग होम टुडे सब जॉग करके घर जाने वाले हैं आज. हाँ, बिल्कुल ट्रेन यूज नहीं करना है, कुछ यूज नहीं करना है, यू नीड टू रन. Okay. So now I would like to invite Dr. Supriya Rai, Dean and Director, KG Somaya Institute of Dharma Studies, to give a brief introduction about the minor programs at Somaya Vidyavihar University. Supriya ma'am.
Hi, everyone. Just a couple of minutes until my PPT is uploaded. I wanted to share what our institution does. KG Somaya Institute of Dharma Studies. This name Dharma Studies really, I think, is only in our university. We don't have it anywhere else. But for young people, don't think we are very boring people who just do things about not having fun and working towards moksha. That's one part of it. But we have actually a very rocking program which relates to understanding our culture and heritage. And so in that, we teach languages. We do teach Sanskrit, Prakrit, Pali. We also teach Tibetan. And we teach yoga. Yoga is our biggest program. And we have a couple of other programs on which we have defined minors, which relate to, how many of you here have been, say, to Kanheri or to Elephanta? Elephanta caves. People have gone? Yeah, but you basically, did you understand what was happening there? No, not much. Kanheri, people go in this season, because there is all that rain and you get waterfalls. Even Lonavla, there are those caves. Now, what we do in our institution is explain ki ye wahan bani kyun? Who made those caves? Why did they have to, is it a Buddha? Is it a Shiva? How do we know who it is? How do we know this is Buddha and Mahavir? How many Jains here? Plenty of Jains, no? So if you look at the image of a Buddha or you look at an image of Mahavir, very few things distinguishing them. So some of the programs that we do study these traditions. We take students on study tours. We go to Ajanta, Ellora, and all that. So I'm here to share 4 different minors which we are offering from our institution. And if they interest you, you're most welcome to join. They are over 6 semesters. Ma'am, will you share? Yeah. So the first one is the one I'm sharing, which is on yoga. Today, actually, yoga has become, as some of you know, through the pandemic also, there was a lot of beneficial impact of practicing yoga, which was demonstrated. And for not just for physical well-being, but in the pandemic and, in that time when we were all enclosed in lockdowns, a lot of people suffered anxiety. A lot of people were very anxious ki hoga kya, kal ko kya hoga. We all love our family, but to be locked up in the home for so many months with our family was also very difficult. How do we work towards keeping a calm mind? How do we work towards keeping a happy mind? It doesn't have to be a boring mind. When you are a calm mind and you have a happy mind, you do other things more easily. That's all. Because we have to work in this world. All of us have to work in this world, engage with this world in some way or the other. So if our inner and outer world, our personal inner and outer world is balanced, then we can function more easily, which is why we have, for young people, this minors on yoga. I will share the detailed syllabi. Madam has given me 10 minutes, so I'm going to spend 2-3 minutes only on each minors, but the detailed syllabi I will have with Monica ma'am. Okay. So I'll just, this is what the minors will cover in each semester. And in the yoga, what will happen is you will have some hours of theory and you will have a lot of practicals. And in the beginning, your practicals will be all body loosening exercises and just becoming aware, that this is where my neck is, this is what my lower back is. Most of the time, we are not even aware of our body. And so every semester has practicals. And this which I have listed out here, these are the themes for the theory classes. So what are the key concepts of yoga? What is yoga? And then you have yoga as a philosophy. one of the things we are trying to change the perception of yoga कि ये एक physical exercise है, and some of you may be seeing on Insta and everywhere, you know, these influencers who will say hot yoga and some other yoga, right? And all kinds of things are coming up, and how it is to lose weight, how it is to do this, do that. It's not. It's a philosophy for mind and body wellness, and it's a very ancient, beautiful discipline. So, some introduction to what yoga really is. It goes beyond, of course, the body is very important, but it's not restricted to the body and not in the ways that we have popularized it. So yoga as darshana, in case some of you don't know that term, it means philosophy in Sanskrit. And then the different traditions within yoga. There are different schools and they emphasize different things. Yoga and psychology, here we will do a little bit of how these, whether it is the breath exercises, whether it is the body exercises, whether it is the philosophy, which encourages you to live a disciplined life, an ethical life. How does this impact your mental well-being? So there is psychology, and then there is therapy, in the sense that yoga actually is preventive. When we are young, we don't care, no? We will do all kinds of things. When we hit our 30s and 40s, then back problem starts, neck problem starts, arm is hurting, something's happening. Yoga actually functions as preventive therapy, and so we will teach you some of those things, and so holistic health. So that's the minors on yoga every semester, 4 credits. Yeah, you've changed the other one. All right. So this is the one on Indian heritage, art and architecture. And this again is over 6 semesters, and the different themes in each semester. There is an introduction first. And so we'll take you through Indian art is some of the world's most ancient art. How many heard of Ajanta? Anybody been there? Some of the paintings there are from 2nd century BC, and they are exquisite. You know, the colors they have used, we can still see them today. Of course, they are deteriorating because too many people are going, we are not taking enough care. But do make that trip if you can, and if you can with us, nothing like it, because we will bring that whole place alive. It's not, these are not just places for picnics. Of course, we should have a good time, but there is a lot of learning that happens there. So we have an introductory, semester, and then we have what is called rock cut architecture. So all these caves which I mentioned, which are Kanheri or even the ones at Ajanta, they are not natural caves. I hope all of you know that. They were actually dug out of the rock. And imagine digging in this conference, this auditorium is something people have built, right? They built the walls. This thing was installed here, this thing was brought here. Imagine if this was a solid piece of rock and you had to dig and you were going to leave some bulk over there for the steps. You're leaving some bulks here for the chairs. You're leaving a bulk of rock from which you're going to carve the Buddha or the Shiva or whoever. Where is the room for mistake? There's no room for mistakes. And this is what these people were doing from 2nd century BC. So come there and imagine what it must have been like. What kind of tools did they have? And did everybody live in caves like this? Why did they make caves like this? Why are they up on mountains? Why are they in the middle of jungles? And the other interesting thing is they all have inscriptions. Inscriptions are things like writing, which they carved out in the rock. Saying, for example, that Monica Madam donated in the 2nd century BC 5 million rupees for the excavation of this cave. You did, right? She did. So earlier birth, yeah. We all did. We were all here before. So these inscriptions become a very important source of our knowledge. And at Kanheri, those of you who went to Kanheri, at the entrance to the main hall, on the right wall is a huge inscription. And it says that there were 2 brothers, Gajasena and Gajamitra. You know from where? From Sindha Desa. It says, Sindha Desa, where will it be? Yeah, Sindh. They donated here in 2nd century for excavating this cave. Isn't that fascinating that there was trade, that people had come from Sindh and they were donating here. So there was an interaction between trade, religion, all of these things we bring into how we understand our heritage, right? So there is rock cut. Maharashtra, incidentally, has the largest collection of rock cut caves, and they are all over. Many of them are not studied, many of them are in a state of disrepair, but it is our heritage and we can go and see it. So there will be trips along with this. Then there is ancient Indian paintings where we will look at Ajanta, like I said. Iconography is the question that I was asking. How do you know this is Mahavir? How do you know this is Buddha? How do you know this is Vishnu? How do you know this is Lakshmi or this is Durga? Because everybody has special features. And why do they have those features? Because there are stories relating to those features. And then we look at ancient Indian architecture, stupas, and all of that. And I hope all of you know that Indian art and architecture went all across Southeast Asia. So if you go to Thailand, you will find Buddhist temples. And on the Buddhist temple walls, you have paintings of Ramayana and Mahabharata. Anybody seen, what is that Lara Croft movie? What is that Lara Croft movie? Yeah. So where was it shot? Anyone knows? Yeah, so it was shot a lot in Cambodia, the first one, with that tree, growing all over those caves and those temple-like structures. That is also, there was Buddhist tradition there. There is huge Vishnu images there. And this is going from 5th, 6th century. How did Indian traditions travel across? So this is what you learn in this last part of it, South and Southeast Asia. Yeah, and the next one. And then we have narrative literature, stories. And in these storytellings, we have certain themes again here. Narratives here, when we say bridging cultures, everybody has heard of the Ramayana, right? But you know that there are at least 300 versions of the Ramayana and very different ones. And there are folk Ramayans, many Ramayans within Maharashtra itself. Not only that, when Ramayana went, as I mentioned just now, to Thailand, the Thai people wrote out their own Ramayana, influenced by ours, but it is different. So how when one story goes across to another culture, it absorbs some things in their culture, how it makes different sense to them, and how they transform that story to make it their own. So that is narratives, bridging cultures, and Ramayana and Mahabharata will be very big themes there. But we are not going to teach the text. We are going to teach you how different cultures look at these stories in different ways. And then there is a case study of Ellora, where in that one temple, you have so many stories. And Ellora is a place where you have Hindu, Buddhist, and Jain art, all in one location. So that case study we do. Then we have tales of the supernatural. Supernatural, not just ghosts, but good beings also. And our Indian stories are filled with these people who are from the heavens, people who are demons from underground. You have Nagas, you have musicians, Kinnaras, all of these stories. Then we have birth stories. Why birth stories? Anybody knows Karan from the Mahabharata and how he was born, right? And all of these things, they stick in the mind of that character as he grows, right? So we are doing birth stories and analyzing those characters as we go along in this collection. So not just Karan, but other characters whom you may or may not be familiar with. And then we are very proud of the women in our stories. And there are some over there who are very feisty women. There are some who are demonic women, and these are stories which bring our culture to life in many ways which we don't know. So narrative literature, and then of course the stories of pilgrimages and festivals. So that is one elective, one minor. And the last one is Sanskrit, language focus. But in this language focus, what we are doing, I have just put this here. In the first semester, we teach enough grammar for students to start reading selections from stories. And these selections, we might even keep it open depending on the interest of the group, because Sanskrit literature is vast and it's not just religious literature. Please bear in mind. Sanskrit has some of the most fantastic romantic literature also. Everybody knows Kalidas, right? Or has heard of Kalidas, right? So apart from this, there is, there are stories, there are just, the Panchatantras. Anybody heard of the Panchatantras? Yeah? Katha Sarit Sagar. And there are selections here which bring the complexity of life and they become matters for us to discuss. Is this relevant today? Does it even make sense? If yes, why? So we will build selections from the stories. Based on that, your knowledge of Sanskrit will grow and your knowledge of the vast amount of literature in Sanskrit will grow. Apart from just the religious literature, no, there is much more. There is much more. In fact, there is science also. One of my colleagues in the institute, his PhD thesis is on weather prediction as depicted in Sanskrit texts. And it says, the animals start behaving differently. The wind blows in a certain way. And then he's actually put together a model, and somebody else is now doing a PhD to test that model vis-a-vis our meteorological department. Because our Met department, we all criticize it, na, बारिश नहीं आती है, उन लोगों को पता नहीं होता है, it will rain here and there. It can be saying anything, right? That is general statements in the rainy season. So we are looking at Sanskrit literature, but starting with grammar so that with the grammar basis, you start reading slowly, and towards the end, through Sanskrit literature, you improve your understanding of Sanskrit and you have Sanskrit under your belt. One last thing before I close, particularly the one in yoga. You will do, by the end of the 3 years, about 450 solid hours of study of yoga. Then we will, if anybody is interested, we have a master's in yoga and teacher training. Yoga, there are opportunities galore as far as, employability is concerned. And for that interim, we will do a preparatory workshop, which is going to be free of about 50 hours minimum to prepare you for the master's if you're interested. So that about sums it up. Yeah. Okay, thank you for listening. And if there are any questions or anything, you can shoot them at me through Monica ma'am. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Supriya madam. I think the teachers could do your minor program also, such an interesting one. We shall now have a presentation on the Somaya digital ecosystem. In this generation of technology, it is imperative that we have a well-established digital ecosystem to facilitate communication and processes more efficiently. To enlighten more about this, I'll call upon Ms. Anushri Sukhi to give to elaborate on digital ecosystem of Somaya Vidyavihar.
I know it's good afternoon now. You started out with good morning and now it's good afternoon. So we will be just having a quick go. The reason is that this is the most significant aspect when it comes to academics and your interaction during the entire 3 semesters or 4 semesters if you're doing an honors degree. Now the main point is Somaya digital ecosystem comprises of your major 4 elements, which is your Somaya email ID, second your SVVNet ID, your access to online classrooms, and the last is your information means you need to visit website frequently for the information. Now, Somaya email ID and SVVNet ID is actually much important when it comes to your learning access and when it comes to the digital services which are provided for students. Now, when any student gets admitted or when they pay the fees, the next SMS that comes is, this is your Somaya email ID and this is the SVMinute ID. And we are very curious about this, what has happened exactly. So if you observe, your Somaya email ID is having the domain @somaya.edu. This is a point to focus and understand that we always communicate with our official email IDs. Never you will get a email ID which is of a personal email ID of a teacher or a higher authority. So @somaya.edu or somaya.edu is the domain name which is the official domains used for websites and email IDs. Now there is a separate login credential for Somaya email ID and SVVNet ID. But the username, if you observe, it's common. So if the Somaya email ID, I'm taking my example, if my email ID is anushri.s@somaya.edu, then whatsoever is the username before @ that will be your SVVNet ID. Now, Somaya email ID is used for accessing your Google Classrooms, online classrooms through Teams, or it can be your Coursera or the other programs which will be available as separate online programs. For website, the official website of SK Somaya College is sksc.somaya.edu. We require to visit the websites for notices. So major events and notices, they're always there under your What's New section. But after a time period, once the event gets over, the entry from the What's New section doesn't appear, but it will be there under your event section or the academics menu notices section. And all the exam related information will be under the exam menu, which is under academics. Now, let's understand a few more things about email ID. Next. So my email ID, now if you observe the icons below, these are all the Google applications. So we are Somaya email ID users and still Google applications. So yes, our Somaya email IDs are actually Gmail IDs. So if we are required to activate it, activate means you just need to go to gmail.com, enter the complete Somaya email ID and put the password which is provided to you. That's a one-time password. So after the first login attempt, you will be prompted to choose your own password. Now this is a lifetime email ID. This is something special. Even if you pass out from this college, you will be able to be in touch with the Somaya campus and the events which are happening through this email ID. Of course, the storage is not unlimited, it is limited. So you will have to use the storage only for academic purpose and the communications which are officially required during your academics. So with this email login, you can access all the Google Suite apps which are available from Google. Now coming to the next point of my account. Now this is the actual student services portal through which you can avail the different services. Now how do we access your my account? My account is an website. So you can easily access it through myaccount.somaya.edu. Now many a time students ask, ma'am, we don't remember our SVV net ID or we have forgotten those passwords. So no issues. You can log into SVV, I mean to say my account through two ways. One is through your SVV net ID or through your Somaya email ID. In case if you forget the password of SVV net ID, you can easily click SVV net ID, that is forget password, select the SVV net ID or the Somaya application number, and then you can input the required value and the personal email will be the point where you will be receiving the password link. Now once you log in, next slide, yeah, so there are different services which are available. Now out of that we are listing few major ones which will be required. In case of library, there is a separate library section where you can renew your books or you can check the status if the book has arrived, in case if the book is not available and you are in a waiting queue for it. There are number of application forms. So there might be schemes which are scholarship schemes later or the best student award. So those kind of application forms, they come under the application form section. There are ID card slot booking facility, so that we will be seeing in the next slide. But the most important is secure. In case if you ever want to reset your password of Somaya email ID or SVVNet ID, you can easily do this through the secure menu. So if you say, I am not able to remember Somaya email ID password, you need to just log into my account, go to secure, reset email password. Link will be sent. If you say we don't remember SVVNet ID password, go to my account and say forgot password. So it's like one window to all the services. Coming to the next one, ID card slot booking. Now we need to book our ID card slot so that we can get our ID cards. So when you are going to go for ID card slot booking, they actually click a picture of yours and the ID card is printed. So that's an RFID based ID card. So that will be used for your attendance as well. So through my account, you can book the slot by registering, and then yeah, the next one. This is the registration. So you can choose your slot. So the green ones are available, the red ones are occupied. So whichever slots are free and you are able to go over there. So the ID card office is just besides our college. So you can book the slot accordingly and visit the ID card office for getting your iCards. It's a quick process, so you get it on the same, I mean to say, a duration of say 15 to 20 minutes. Now, these are the three URLs that we always ask students to remember. One is the official website of SK Somaya College, sksc.somaya.edu. In case if you face any difficulty regarding your, I mean to say, fee payments, or there are any admission-based queries, then the email ID is admission.sksc@somaya.edu. And if there are any grievances that you need to put forward, then it's the grievances.sksc@somaya.edu. I thank you for this.
Thank you, Anushri ma'am, because these are all our things are really important for you. And जब भी कुछ ऐसे मुश्किल में आता है, तो we all are there, but at least you should be. Yes, yes. या डोंट वरी अबाउट इट. हाँ, द केस लाइट चला गया तो अब सारा हमारी इन्फॉर्मेशन गायब हो गया. वी फ्रॉम कॉलेज आईडी और द डिपार्टमेंट और एनीबडी फ्रॉम द कॉलेज विल सेंड यू अ detailed mail that how to go about it. Okay, so don't worry. These are some things, because number one, you need to remember that you need to access only through Somaya email ID. If you are not opening your Somaya email ID, then it is a problem. Okay, so वो Gmail account थोड़ी देर जो अपना personal है वो भूल जाना. And if you are doing any kind of official work with college, please only use Somaya email ID for your results, for your notes, for your Google Classroom, for your Microsoft Teams. Okay. So as we come to the end of this momentous college induction program, I would like to invite Dr. Gayatri Indrakanti to propose vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everybody. The roots of all goodness lie in the soil of appreciation for goodness. With this beautiful quote by the Dalai Lama, I, Dr. Gayatri Indrakanti, stand humble to propose the formal vote of thanks in this great gathering. As we extend our gratitude in humility, the team Parichai would like to reiterate the words of wisdom showered by our Vice Chancellor, Sir, in his keynote. The metamorphosis begins. The address, the time is right, the place is apt, and the action begins. By transforming our dreams to reality. Dear sir, we thank you enough for the blessings the students got from you, and all of us will embark into the journey to reach their goals. Saying thank you is more than good manners, it is spirituality. This is exactly what the essence of the sweet nectar showered by our beloved chief guest, Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai, sir. Each one of us is a miracle. We realize this and churn our potential through a process called seeking knowledge. It is then that we cast a spell, a magic spell, into this world. I take this opportunity to thank our chief guest for being here despite his busy schedule. Thank you, sir. Now I take the privilege to thank our beloved director, ma'am, CA Monica Loda, who has been the centrifugal for all of us and been there with us since beginning. Thank you, ma'am. Gratitude sweetens even the smallest moments. I would like to express my gratitude and a big thank you to the entire team and teams from registration to logistics who have been instrumental, directly and indirectly, in making this grand success. Thank you is not enough for all the efforts we have put in. Thank you once again.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Dear students, thank you for being such a wonderful audience for today's session. And we look forward to seeing you on the campus and in the classes. tomorrow you have your know your department. So your know your department will start around 1 o'clock. Okay. No. For only for BCA, it will start from 1:15 p.m. Okay, in Aurobindo building, right? Only for BCA. Okay. Otherwise, all the other know your department will start according to the schedule which you have got through email. Okay, 12 o'clock. So please note that the arrangements have been made for your refreshments, and the food coupons are there in your folders. Okay. So one second. I'll call. Yeah. You are. बोलोगे? हाँ. Swati madam will explain you about the QR code for your feedback, and after that, I'll invite Shruti madam and Swati madam for national anthem.
Request to all the students that whatever you feel about the orientation we have done over here, to just give your 5 minutes and fill the feedback of this all program. A QR code will be circulated on the outside. You have to just scan that QR code and just fill the details. Okay, some 5 questions, 4 to 5 questions are asked. Just feel free to give your details in that. Okay, because your feedback is also valuable. I request everyone to stand for the national anthem. Abhi? Okay. Just hold on. Request to settle down back. We'll pass on the QR code so that you can do it here itself, and then we'll have a national anthem. Network nahi hai. Okay, then because there is no network, since there is no network, we'll have an anthem. Yeah, please raise for the anthem. And just have it along with us. Let everyone raise.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
भारत माता की
जय।